so I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
A very good morning, you beautiful people. It is a Thursday, the 31st of October, and you are connected to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. So good to be in your company. Thank you so much for joining us at the start of a brand new day and the start of a brand new journey in life for two very special young ladies who, if you had watched Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition yesterday, you would have seen their faces beaming, smiles all around. This entire studio filled with joy and ululation and celebration. Kuhle Adams, Jamie, in the studio. Wow!
Hey!
There and get in there. Wow, just like, take a look around. Take a look around all the way up 360 degrees. Absorb it all, yes. Have a seat if you must. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
You must be on, not even cloud 9. It's a different level of cloud that I'm thinking that you're on right now.
Absolutely. I think since the announcement last night, we've received immense support from the public, from our families. We can finally celebrate out loud, Jamie.
You didn't keep it in for so long.
For so long.
No disclosure agreements and all.
Ooh, gotta sign it, and now it feels so like cool to be on this side, not on that side anymore. It's like, yeah.
Right? Well, I mean, in the first initial day as you start now, what are you hoping for now on this journey? Because the competition's done, and you are now officially a South African presenter on our Feel Good Breakfast Show. Is that how it feels?
Yeah.
Does it feel like that?
Like this. But
Pressure.
Yeah, the pressure's on.
No pressure.
No
This is where the
pressure,
fun
no
begins.
pressure.
The fun begins now.
Totally, but I think just to learn and grow and just like, you know, feed off you guys. And so just, we're literally working with the best in the industry. So for that, it's like, kudos.
What about for you, Kuhle? What are you anticipating on this journey? What are you looking forward to?
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. And seeing as I'm the youngest in the cast, a lot of learning, a lot of growing and honing my craft. But above and beyond that, it's also like building relationships with the viewers at home.
Exactly.
With you guys. And just, you know, having fun.
Talk to me about that, because I heard the two of you speaking behind the scenes about the reaction of some of the people, some of the fans out there, some really big fans in terms of their own celebrity status that have come to the party to congratulate you on your success. Who's been dialing you? Who's been calling you? Who's been DMing you? Tell me about it.
Joanne Strauss.
Wow.
There was Tando Tabeta, of course, Dr. Lisa,
Yes.
everyone, and then you had...
For me, like, my social media is blowing up. Jessica Ngosi, Zozi Tunzi. I know Nomza Mumbata has been very supportive throughout the competition.
That's incredible.
You know, it's literally so many people in the industry. Lut Love as well. So I can't think of, like, people on the spot right now, but it's quite a number of people.
That's incredible. Well, listen, congratulations to you once more, and may you make the best of this journey. It's going to be absolutely incredible. We are very proud to have you as part of our Feel Good Breakfast Show. Look at you. There you are right now. First official post on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. Good morning. Obviously, very big congratulations to Jamie Lee Domberg and Kuhle Adams for winning Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition last night. Let's welcome the newest members of the Expresso family, and I'm sure we're going to get in the hundreds and thousands of messages coming through from fans. And you are now, as I said, part of the family. Get acquainted, you know? Go check out what's happening in the kitchen, grab a coffee from Sis Princess, have some good conversation. And of course, we would love to hear from you at home what you think about this. Congratulate the two new members of our family who will be filling the studio with so much light, so much love, so much energy, and of course, smiles that are so good every single day. And so you're going to have to get used to talking a lot about fashion and what's on trend, because our friends at Woolworths always keep us up to date.
Oh.
You don't have to search very far. I will love you 2 times less. 2 times less. I will love you 2 times less.
Congratulations, guys, and welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Well, it's about to get real cute here this morning as we unpack all things kiddie summer fashion on this show. We're going to be talking about holiday wardrobe essentials such as swimwear, as well as bright and breezy basics, as well as key trends to look out for that your mini-me will love to wear as the holiday season approaches. You're going to love it. Think tropical prints, think sorbet shades and candy color brights for the little ones in your life. They're absolutely going to be obsessed with every single one of these looks we're going to be bringing to you right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show throughout the morning. It's going to be beautiful. So stick around for that. Stay tuned, because later on we're going to be chatting to Bronwyn Day. She's going to be taking us through all of that. And of course, you can shop any of those looks on W Beauty, which is their app, as well as woolworths.co.za, as well as in-store, as well as the app.
So ladies, as new members of the Feel Good Breakfast Show, you must now get used to bringing forth the feel good vibe, because it is so good, okay? And we know that we love to inspire and motivate you at the start of a brand new day. And we usually do that, ladies, by way of a quote, some wise words of wisdom. So let's take a look. Who's going to be doing it today? Who's doing it?
I'll do it.
Oh,
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Get in there, Jamie.
Okay, so-
All right, so when it comes up, you just read it from the screen, fill it with as much inspiration as possible. There it is. Go for it.
Be patient. Slow progress is better than no progress. Oh, slow progress is better than no progress.
Yes.
Stay positive and don't give up.
Yeah.
How fitting.
So fitting.
And what does that mean to you when you see that, when you talk about
Jamie's
being
about
patient?
to cry right now, so I don't want to look in her eyes.
Because
No, I'm not gonna cry.
This must be kind of, life-giving to the journey that you have been on, being patient and understanding that slow progress is truly better than no progress, and staying positive throughout that. What does it mean for you at this very moment?
So for me, is receiving no's is not something that's happening to you, but it's happening for you.
Wow.
And it's because it's building you, it's training ground for what's yet to come for you, and what's meant for you will be. So that's why last night was so emotional for both of us, because we've received no's before.
Yeah.
We've tried presenter search before, and this is the yes, this is the nod, that gave us the jump start.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's how I want to start my morning today. No matter what is happening in your life now, remember that it's just a phase. It's just a no that is happening for you. The yes is on its way, and your life will find fulfillment, just like these two ladies over here. Well, on that note, let's get you started on the news headlines.
Thank you, Kat. Such an inspirational start. We take a look at those news headlines. South Africa's Finance Minister, Tito Mboweni, has warned that the country faces tough economic times because it's spending much more than it earns. He added that Eskom would not receive any more bailouts until it showed that its turnaround strategy was proving effective. Police arrested some 100 foreigners during an operation to evict refugees and asylum seekers from a UN building in Cape Town yesterday. They were carrying out a court order to remove some 300 people who had occupied the building for the past 3 weeks. In international headlines, the UN's migration agency says 3 of its aid workers have been killed in fighting in South Sudan near the borders with Uganda and the DRC. A female aid worker and the 4-year-old son of a woman who was fatally injured were abducted. Millions more people will be at risk of coastal flooding from climate-driven sea level rise later this century. That's the conclusion of new research conducted by Climate Central, a US-based non-profit news organization. And finally, British media is all agog about Saturday's Rugby World Cup final in Tokyo. Virtually all are of the opinion that Eddie Jones, his Chargers, will be victorious on the day. But they foresee a small problem, a wee lion-hearted scrum half who stands just 5 feet 7 inches tall. He's been dubbed Mini Hercules because of his size and tenacious style of play. And they predict Faf de Klerk will dictate proceedings. Stop Faf and the Roses have a chance, they say. One journalist described him as the heartbeat of the South African side. With his distinctive mane of long blonde hair and his stocky build, de Klerk will box kick England to death, he wrote. note. Confident and talented, he is the key cog in Coach Rassie Erasmus's outfit. And on that note, it's time for us to take a look at those sports new headlines with Kat.
Well, let's tune right into that World Cup fever right now, Uncle Tabsy. Rugby World Cup, of course, after an incredible season with the Springbok scrum of Herschel Yankees, has been nominated, along with two others, for the World Rugby Breakthrough Player of the Year award. Big congratulations to him there. Now, both New Zealand and Wales, who will play in the Rugby World Cup third place playoff tomorrow, have rung in the changes to their teams. The All Blacks made 7 changes and Wales made 9 changes to the team that lost to South Africa in the semi-final. In further rugby news, 3 times Super Rugby runners-up, the Lions, have announced that Ivan van Rooyen will take over as head coach of the franchise after Swys de Bruin left the team earlier on this year. Moving on to football news, midweek PSL action saw Bloemfontein Celtic and SuperSport United play out to a 1-1 draw at the Dr. Mulemela Stadium last night. And in other football news, Liverpool booked their spot in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals after playing out to a 5-5 draw against Arsenal and eventually winning 5-4 in the penalty shootout to advance. And other great results, of course, we'll take a look at the top of the hour. That's it for the sport. Right now, let's take a look at your Thursday Weather Watch.
A 0 for your account with 0 surprises. That's different.
Money.
Thank you very much, Kat. We take a look at your temperatures, but not before we've taken a look at those sunrise pictures we've asked you to send through. Thank you very much to Quentin Frank for sending us his beautiful sunrise from Winelands in the Western Cape, where sunny conditions today can be expected with pleasant temperatures reaching a max of 24 degrees. Alan Rudnicki also sent us this amazing sunrise picture from Bloberg out in Cape Town, where intervals of clouds and sun can be expected with a light breeze reaching a maximum of 24 degrees. Such stunning pictures. Thank you very much. You too can get yours through to us on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3. And now we take a look at those temperatures. We start off in Polokwane at 22 kilometers per hour. That's how fast the northeasterly wind it's going. Your low is 16 today and your high 26. With a couple of showers expected for Mbombela, 15, reaching a high of 19. With thunderstorms in Pretoria today, 15, reaching a high of 29 degrees. If you're out in Johannesburg, a light drizzle for you, 14, reaching a maximum of 27. With the highest temperatures in the country, I'm talking about Mahikeng, 18, reaching a high of 34. Klerksdorp, 14, peaking at 33. It's a sunny day out in Kimberley, 10, that's your low, reaching a high of 30, with sunny Bloemfontein starting off at 9, peaking at 28 degrees. Richards Bay, expect heavy rainfall today, 17, that's your low, reaching a high of 19, and a couple of showers are there for you for Pietermaritzburg, 13, reaching a high of 16, and if you're out in Durban, expect an occasional rain today, 17, that's your low, and you will peak at 20 degrees. With Mthatha expecting a bit of a light drizzle today, 12, reaching a high of 20, East London, 14, and 19. Sunny Craddock today, 6 and 25. With occasional rain expected for Port Elizabeth, 14, reaching a high of 19. George, 10 and 18. With the lowest temperatures in the country, Sutherland, that's for you, 5, reaching a high of 22. Cape Town, the mother city, 12, reaching a high of 22. With a northwesterly wind traveling at 13 kilometers per hour today. Worcester, 10, reaching a maximum of 25. It's a sunny day out in Springbok today, 16, reaching a high of 33. The same for Uppington, 16, reaching a high of 33 today. Well, it looks like a beautiful day in most parts of the country. No matter what the weather's looking like in your part of the country, be sure to make it a feel-good type of Thursday.
And it's always a beautiful day when you have a face such as this to wake up to. Sis Princess, unjani namhlanje? Ah, so good. Looking stunning, like a protea.
Oh, thank you.
Listen, Sis Princess, we have 2 new members of the Expresso family.
Yes.
Kuhle Adams and Jamie Lee Domberg have joined us yesterday. I mean, they've been incredible throughout this journey.
Yes.
They've grown so much. And I'm sure you're looking forward to serving them some of your 100% Arabica.
Yes.
Do you have a message of inspiration or welcome that you want to give them?
Yes, I just want to wish them a good luck. And then I want them to feel themselves that they come, and then they feel at home.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. This is their new home now, and we hope that you welcome them on our social media pages. And speaking of which, Sis Princess,
Yes.
we're starting something fun, okay?
Yes.
So because you have done like incredible things, like what you've done with that video on social media, we haven't been able to achieve in 10 years of the Feel Good Breakfast Show. So because everybody loves you so much, we're gonna start a segment on the show called #AskPrincess, okay? Yes. So we're gonna ask every one of you out there, if you have a question, no matter what it is, throw it our way and use the #AskPrincess, and we'll get you to answer those questions for the people out there.
Okay.
Because, you know, people want to know. They want to know, if I want to make a cup of coffee as good as Princess, what is the secret ingredient? What would you say to that, for instance?
Okay.
What would you say to that?
They will just learn. They must try to learn.
Yes.
And try to do their own things, man.
Do you see what I mean? Do your own thing. Get your own machine. You will learn.
Yes.
So it's officially started today. #AskPrincess. And on that note, may I please have my first cup of the day? Thank you so much, Ms. Princess. Much appreciated. We're going to take a short break, and we'll see you on the other side with the two new members of our Expresso family, Jamie Lee Domberg and Kuhle Adams. They're here, baby! Yeah!
Only the highest grade Arabica beans. McAfee, great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, live right here on SABC3. So last night, the journey that Mzansi had been waiting for, 13 weeks during the presenter search on 3, the Expresso edition, came to an end. But of course, this means that it is just the beginning of an illustrious career for our winners, Kuhle and Jamie Lee. So South Africa, put your hands together for one of your new Feel Good Breakfast Show hosts, Kuhle Adams. Yeah. Well, absolutely amazing to have you here. This is such an exciting time. But let's take a look again at her winning moment.
They will now announce the first winner of Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition, who will join the ranks as the new face on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I'm going to start off with you, Dr. Musa. Who is the first winner tonight?
So, exciting time now. I can see you're all nervous, holding hands. Some people's hands are going to be a little bit sweatier than others, but it's a moment to celebrate because the first winner for Presenter Search Expresso edition, one of the two, is Kuhle.
I love it. Kuhle, congratulations. Thank you. It's such a beautiful thing and such a beautiful time. How does it feel knowing that South Africans are going to wake up to your face on a daily basis as one of the hosts here on Expresso? And what went through your mind when your name was called out?
It's actually like surreal. Like, I'm so excited and so happy.
Yeah.
And also like when my name was announced,
Yeah.
I knew that it's going to change my life.
Yeah.
And it's not only for me, it's literally for my family, for my friends, for people who've been supporting me throughout the journey. Everything just came together in that moment.
Wow, what a beautiful thing. But of course, the entire competition put you through your paces every single week. We really saw you take on challenges. One of your challenges for the finale was to interview a celebrity, Anga Makubalo. What was that experience like?
So I interviewed Uzozimini Tunzi, Miss South Africa 2019, and that was incredible.
Oh, you didn't interview Anga?
No, I didn't interview Anga. I interviewed Uzozi. So that was incredible because, number one, she's been supportive throughout the journey.
Yes.
And secondly, she literally just wants to see me win.
Yeah.
And one of the comments from the judges was that it was just like watching two sisters chatting. And that, I think, is what, you know, an interview or like a broadcaster is meant to do, make someone feel comfortable
Yeah.
and whatever. So
Yeah.
that for me, like, it culminated everything throughout the 13 weeks in that moment.
Yeah.
I think that was like a solid ending point with her.
Man, what a beautiful one. Well, 13 weeks, that's how long this entire journey was. But of course, it started somewhere. I don't know how many people can actually remember when you went on to audition for Presenter Search on 3. I remember your callback audition like it was yesterday. Let's take a look at it, actually.
Welcome back to Expresso. Listen, man, it is August. It's still Women's Month, and we were talking about Utando Tabete just now about her netball challenge celebrating women yesterday. Also, on that note, coming up, we're going to be talking about the rumored relationship she has with Dr. Musa. Could it be true? Make sure to hit us up on social media with the hashtag FeelGoodFridays. Sorry. Feel Good Fridays. But right now, though, let's throw over to Utabi. So he's going to be telling us a little bit more about dogs who have been saved by a blind man.
Oh, the things you're going to wing on the spot. Does that feel familiar? Do you feel like you're the same Kuhle today in any way that you were all those weeks ago?
First of all, my hair has changed.
A lot.
Let's start there.
Yeah.
But I think I've grown so much from that moment. And I was so nervous. I'm not sure if you saw that I was shaking.
Can't tell.
You can't tell. But I think with Dr. Musa, literally, he was just like trying to throw me off, you know, and I was just doing my best to make sure that I give off like a good link.
Yeah, look at you, made of steel, absolutely. Okay, so family members, friends, I mean, your social media has been exploding, I can imagine. What is the sentiment like out there?
Everyone is excited. Everyone is excited, and everyone, I think, it provides a sense of relief, not only for myself and my family, but people have been supporting me. And I think it just goes back to the quote that was Tetangayo earlier on with Kat and Jamie, that, you know, it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. All the no's are meant to happen for this one, yes. And I think that's how everyone feels. Like, oh, Oh, the support is incredible.
Now we take the emotions and all of the celebrations, we're packing them to the side because the reality is going to set in. Tomorrow you start your brand new job here on the show. What do you have to say to South Africa?
I'm excited, South Africa.
Yeah.
I'm really excited, and I'm more excited to do it with Jamie, to start off with Jamie. You were the only one last year to, you were the only newbie, and at least with me now, I have Jamie next to me, so I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
Man, you have just stepped into really one of the warmest families on TV, and we can't wait to make such great TV with you on a daily basis here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Congratulations and welcome to the family.
Thank you.
That is Kuhle Adams, and of course, she is one of your 2 new hosts on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Expresso. She's going to be here with us throughout the morning.
Well, just like Kuhle and Jamie Lee, your time for smooth fame and fortune is right now with Tropica. Now, if you haven't entered already, now is your time to enter Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao. You could be starring in this season of #TIOT9, which will give you the opportunity to compete for a shared R1 million grand prize on one of the most watched shows on SABC3. You'll win fame and fortune like Anga Makubalo and Bongs, and of course you remember from last season, Lizanne Lazarus and Brendan Paper as well. I mean, what more could you ask for? So in case you weren't keeping up with the count, let's quickly find out and keep you up to date with how many days are left to enter this experience of a lifetime. Entries closed today. I'm acting surprised. No, I knew that, okay? Entries are closing today. It is literally your very last day to enter. So the question is, are you ready to make your dream come true? Well, if you are, then WhatsApp the keyword TIOT9 to the number 063-921-8395 for all of the entry details. Remember that entries close tonight at midnight, and so there is no time to waste. No longer shall you wait, okay? WhatsApp that TIOT9 to the number 063-921-8395 for all of the entry details. And who knows, it could be you winning smooth fame and fortune on the island of Curacao in the Caribbean. T's and C's and more information can be found on the website tropica.co.za.
Clover Crush, 100% pure fruit juice packed with vitamins and no added sugar. Crush your daily goodness. Now also available in long life.
Support Crush in giving away another 20,000 pairs of school shoes to children in need. Buy a Crush, dial the number on the pack, and stand the chance to win your share of 500,000 Rand. #Share the Goodness. Made with love by Clover.
Break, test. Mic 2, test, 1, 2, 1.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, it is your feel-good breakfast show. We're live, large and in charge on this Thursday morning and connected to a higher energy as we welcome 2 new presenters to your feel-good breakfast show. Last night, Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition, came to an end, but this means that this is just the beginning of an illustrious career for our winners. So, South Africa, put your hands together for one of your new feel-good breakfast show presenters. Jamie Lee Domberg is in the house! Oh! Say it again! Do you understand? Do you understand how excited people are that you are here?
I think it's the coffee. Like, I don't know what Sis Princess put in the coffee, but like, thank you, Sis Princess.
Listen, let's take a look at your winning moment again.
Tando, who is our second winner tonight?
And that just makes it set in, right, that this is it, and changing lives, and this is a new beginning for one other person who'll be joining the 2 of you gorgeous ladies on this incredible show. What a moment. The second winner of Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition, is... Jamie.
I have to go back to that moment. The camera pans across the 3 of you, cuts to the judges, with Tando speaking, straight to a 3-shot. There you are, hand in hand. Your face was saying so many things. Tell me about that moment before your name was called out as the second winner.
At this point, it could literally be anyone. You know, I'm standing next to Nathaniel and Dean, and it could be any one of us. And I'm like, as much as you want them to say my name, but it's also like, it could be anyone. So it's so much emotions. It's like, don't cry, don't do anything, don't faint, don't be dramatic, just be you and just like embrace that moment and just own that moment. So when they called my name, I was like, I can't believe it. Like, it was hectic.
A beautiful moment that I'm sure you'll remember for many, many years to come.
The rest of my life.
And yeah, exactly. And another one that I'm sure you'll remember as well is getting the chance to interview Angama Kubalo. Mr. Cool, Mr. Muso, Mr. Sexy.
Hello.
What was that like? There the 2 of you are. Looking lovely. What was that moment like for you, having a chat to him in the finale, mind you? So this is the make or break interview.
Shame, I was actually very nervous. I'm always like a nervous person, but like he was so calm and cool and chill, and he was even giving me pointers behind the scenes. But it was also like a fangirl moment, because and last night, and you'll see in the episode, I kept speaking about Generations because I grew up watching him on Generations. I was like, oh my word, MJ, and he was just like, it's okay, like we're gonna be peers now. This welcome to the industry, and I'm like, I don't even know, what are you saying? But he was so nice, and he was such a humble guy as well. So super cool.
Wonderful stuff. I want to take a look back a little bit, because it's been a 13-week-long journey, and one would be surprised at how those 13 weeks stretch out or really just kind of concertina in, depending on what kind of frame of mind you're in. But I want to take you back to your first audition with the judges at McCafe. Take a look at this.
Today we're all the way in the beautiful Italy. I'm talking fashion, men, everything you can. Go over to Garama, €5 for a pair of shoes. I'm telling you, it's all the top trades.
Awesome. Well done. Thank you, Jamie. Well done. Fantastic. I mean, to see Joanne Strauss going like, and now you got Graham saying, wow. You absolutely blew them away. So when you reflect back on that moment particularly and on this journey, how do you think it's changed you? How much do you think that you have been able to improve during this season?
Already changed me so much, because I came in thinking a certain way, thinking like presenter is like, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. It is Italy. Welcome to Italy. And then now just being like, it's actually a conversation. It's who you, and being authentically and unapologetically yourself. That is what people want. That is what people crave. Because for the longest time, leading up to last night, I still had a certain, this is how presenters have to do. But the moment I just let go of all of that and
Yes.
just was myself, that's when people were like, oh, wait, we like her.
Oh,
like,
yes.
we could actually see her on the show now.
Just the
So I
way
was
she
like,
is.
what?
Yeah.
Like, you can? So
We've spoken a bit about the fans, but let's talk about probably the most important people in your life, friends and family. What have they had to say about this achievement?
So last night I was actually with my mom to get that, and it was like, you know, just full circle moment, just to have her there. You know, single mommy. This was everything. It was make or break for me. There was no backup plan, so this was everything. And just my family that's been rooting, and the friends and my community that has just been there. So amazing.
And tomorrow, you start your new job, officially. What do you have to say to the whole of South Africa as you step into your new role?
I'm going to be bringing the chara every morning. I mean,
The what?
yes, the chara. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you.
I'm ready to learn. Pick me. Pick me. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Lee Domberg, part of your Feel Good Breakfast Show with a chara and all.
Oh, chara over here, chara over there, chara everywhere. We're also excited to have our two new family members join us on the show. And we've asked you on our social media this morning what your message of welcome is to them. We've received some comments that have come through. Here is one, a tweet that was sent out by Miss South Africa, Zozibini Tunzi. And she said that, I believe this is that moment when I told you all the no's you got were for this moment, for this one. Yes, hard work, talent and faith win today. You deserve all of it. I'm so happy to say I told you so. Congratulations at Kuhle Adams. And that's from Miss South Africa, Zwazibini Tunzi. We also got another one from Tabo Revi Rantimo saying, welcome to the family. We're looking forward to seeing your faces every morning before we go to work. Congratulations. And of course, you can continue to connect with us on our Facebook. It's Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. Here's another one from Ronaldo, who says on Twitter, congratulations to at Kuhle Adams and at Jamie_Domberg. You guys proved to us week after week that you belong on the Expresso Show. You were winners from the word go. Can't wait to see you on the at Expresso Show every morning. Well done, judges. What do you think? What is your message to Jamie Lee and Kuhle? Let us know on our Twitter, which is at Expresso Show. That hashtag is hashtag Expresso Show. Facebook, Expresso Show, or rather Expresso Morning Show, SABC3.
What do you say? What do you say? Oh. Yes.
Chase, is there a chance of a little bit of reverb for
Yeah.
that one? Please, because otherwise...
And the violin.
Yeah.
One, two, one, two. Yeah.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Thursday morning, 31st of October, and you are connected to it, and it feels so good to be in your company. And listen, what an epic hour of television we saw last night as the finale of Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition, produced the 2 new faces that will be joining the ranks of the presenters on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, of course. Unfortunately, the outcome wasn't favorable for runners-up Nathaniel Davids and Dean Woodman, who exited after an amazing 13-week effort, and we are so incredibly proud of them and great to have them here with us. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Here they are, the gentlemen. Yes. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. And it wasn't... tell me.
Technically, though, we weren't eliminated. If you think about it, we just so happened to just stand there still.
Yeah, we're on pause.
If you think about it,
we're on
technically,
pause,
though,
right? We're actually on pause.
Yeah, we were just there. They were taking winners, but then we were like cream soda brothers, just standing there like...
I love it. That is definitely a half glass full mentality.
I'm just saying.
But it's been a wonderful journey, and for us watching you grow through every week and every step of the process indeed. How does it feel to you personally to have gotten this far in the competition?
That's an amazing feeling. I was just talking about it last night. You go top 20, you go top 10, and then you become top 6 in Eswatini, and that's when you realize, man, you can actually do this. And I think getting down to that final 4, you formed such tight relationships with everybody that it was actually anybody's game. And you were going to be happy nonetheless.
And we were so unique, and that was... I enjoyed it. The fact that no one was a copy-paste of anyone. Everyone was considerably and so unique, and everyone brought their own flavor, so you kind of rooted for them. I was fans of these guys, and it made me feel good to be there because no one was trying to be that dude, you know? So that's very important, and it also showcases, especially to the South African entertainment sphere and landscape, that there is a plethora of the kind of personality that can be used in various shows, you know?
Yeah, there's lots of talent.
It's not one-dimensional.
But they broke the mold when they made you.
Listen, at the end of the day, Dean, I'm a unique specimen and people appreciate me.
Look at you, child. And you got to interview a very unique specimen of humanity, if you will, in one Kanyimbao. You got to sit down with her for your grand finale interview. And I mean, there are many people pining at the opportunity to interview Kanyimbao. What was that experience like for you?
I think I was starstruck a little bit. I don't normally get starstruck.
You say a little bit?
Listen here, Kat, I was a little bit, okay? A little bit. Nah, it was. I think in the beginning moments, I was like, wow, this is Kanyimbao, like, crazy.
And your brain just went, bow.
I think that's, it went, I had a bunny aerial for signal for a while, but it was a lucky experience. We spoke afterwards, and she gave me a couple of pointers, which is very important. And once you go, I like being thrown into the deep end, know what it feels like to have like a rough, hectic situation, and then from that you can only grow.
Yeah, absolutely. And your opportunity then came up, Dean, where you got to speak to McDonald's COO, Joanne de Wet. And of course, as a business professional yourself, what was that like, sitting face to face with somebody who operates in a professional capacity, and this is your framing for your grand finale interview?
No, I thought it was awesome. I mean, you don't actually realize how difficult and complex that can be. Yeah. Because you're sitting with a COO, so this is business as well, and it's a celebrity because you started all the way as a trainee and worked your way up. So
and entertainment as well.
100%.
Yeah, like
look, I mean, and you use that ability to basically make sure that you can bring across not only her rise to fame, but also McDonald's as well and the brand itself.
Wow.
So it was really, really cool. It stretched me in both in what you've learnt on Presenter Search on 3, but at the same time bringing a bit of your marketing experience in.
Yeah. I want you guys to speak to, everyone out there who didn't take the chance, perhaps, and wants to really, in the next opportunity that comes around, take that chance of themselves. Reflecting back on your journey, what would you have to say, even though the outcome wasn't favourable, what would you have to say to people out there about that?
Jeez. Just go for it, firstly. You have to, I think, you got to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
You got to look in the mirror and believe that you have what it takes, and you got to know who you are, what you are, and what you have to offer, and not be, like I said before, a carbon copy of what works out there already. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking that you gotta be what is out there already, and then they go in trying to be that, get disappointed, and then they sit there saying, I'm not good enough. It's not actually the case. The industry hasn't seen your personality because you are not out there, and you gotta be yourself, 100% yourself, be confident in that, and run with it. And it's so segmented, and you know, you have specific shows that work for specific personalities, and that's also what you got to keep in the back of your mind. I think that's also very important for us, especially me. You know, I kind of said, if it doesn't work out, it's just the show. There's so much more.
Absolutely.
You know, so always remember who you are and be authentic, and stay true to that. Stay true to you.
And follow your gut, right? I mean, many times you will listen to what people say, but inside of you, you know that you have what it takes, or you've got that urging need to do something. I mean, I had that many years ago, and I just didn't pursue it. And while you are doing it, stay true to yourself. Authenticity is amazing. That's why people are always messaging us. I mean, the support's been amazing. They can say, there's things that you do just normal. That is just part of you. And people are picking it up, and they're telling you about it. And then that's when you realize, wow. You know, so you stay true to yourself, focus on what you want, and it's like the phrase I always say, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, either way, you're right.
You're right. Oh, gents, thank you. You two are exemplary individuals, and I really hope that you carry this spirit forward, because I think you're infecting a lot of people out there with positivity and inspiration. Well done, Nathaniel, and of course, Dean, on your fantastic work. We only wish you the best as you continue on the bright paths ahead. So make sure to stay tuned, of course, as later we get the chance to congratulate the winners of Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition, and you also have that opportunity to do that. So head on over to our Expresso Morning Show SABC3 Facebook page and halala, celebrate, and yululate, Kutle and Jamie.
Well, Halloween has arrived. It is in full swing. It's all the hype, all of the excitement at the moment. And today, we're making something absolutely special. We're joined by Maggie, we're joined by James, and we're joined by Teresa Aliette. Guys, welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. Guys, what happened to the witch's love that we were meant to do? But we're making some spooky, delicious donuts, and that's absolutely amazing because we're making use of our Clover Classic custard. It's such a fun recipe to make, not just by yourself. Obviously, you can get the kids involved. We're going to see how Maggie and James get involved in bringing this recipe to life. And of course, you can SMS Clover to 33728 at any point to get the recipe sent directly to your phone. Teresa, how are you doing?
Very, very well. And you?
Good, very good, thank you. Well, I can see that your family is kitted out. They're ready for Halloween,
They're ready.
Are you guys good in the kitchen? Do you guys help Mommy out a lot when it comes to making stuff in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Hey?
Yes.
Are you very good? Hey, Maggie? Ah, wonderful. Okay, well, you guys are going to show us how to make this spooky brioche donuts that we're making this morning. Show me, what are the ingredients, guys?
Okay, so we're going to start by making our brioche dough, which is a lovely rich dough. So we've got some flour in the bowl. I'm going to add some salt for flavor, our instant dry yeast, and our caster sugar.
Caster sugar. And I'm guessing you're using caster sugar. The last time I asked you this question, you said because it's quite fine. Is that correct? That's still the story? It hasn't changed.
So here in the dough, it's going to add a little bit of sweetness, and it's going to feed the yeast and help it to grow.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so I'm going to add some butter. This is room temperature butter.
Why does it have to be room temperature?
It's just easier to mix in. And we're going to add some eggs.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So cool. So cool.
And some milk.
And some milk.
So not all yeast doughs contain eggs and milk. This one does, which makes it beautiful and rich and delicious and gives it that nice soft crumb.
Yes, it's got a nice texture.
That's right.
It's got a really nice texture. So you're just mixing it all up
Mix
right
it
now.
all together. I wonder, does Maggie want to have a turn to mix?
Maggie, do you want to do some work, my girl?
Okay, there we go. Mix, mix, mix.
So you mix, mix, mix. This is fun. I love this. I love this sort of recipe that is easy enough, that is quick enough to be able to get the kids involved in.
That's it. So you want to mix it until it comes together, and then you're going to knead it for about 10 minutes until it's beautiful and soft and stretchy. Do you want to have a turn to mix? No? Okay.
You don't want to do any
Shall I
work
help you
today?
here, love?
No.
Doing
Is it
very
a day
well.
off, James?
All right. So
Awesome. So you're then mixing it all up, which you're going to knead afterwards.
Yes.
Okay.
It'll be nice and soft. Sorry, sweetie. And then you're going to put it in a warm place and let it rise for an hour until it doubles in size.
Okay, well, that keyword is clover. SMS clover to 33728 will send you an SMS with a link to the recipe. Of course, this entire recipe is really brought to life by Clover Classic Custard, which really has this magnificent, unique recipe and is a source of vitamins A, B2, as well as D. It really is all of the magic that you need in the recipe and just brings that hara, which is the new word we've learned this morning in your recipe.
There we go.
Okay,
That's
so
looking
Maggie,
great.
you're really good at
job.
this.
Shall
Eh?
we do some frying now? Was that hard work?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay,
you've done
so once
that.
it's risen, you're going to divide it into about 8 little balls.
Yeah.
Let them rise again.
Okay.
And then flatten them slightly and you pop them into your hot oil.
Into your hot
We're going
oil.
to pop it in there and just fry it for a few minutes per side until it's golden brown and cooked
That's
through.
it. So you're looking for that golden brown look.
That's it. If
Okay.
it's going brown immediately, you know your oil's too hot, just lower it down. But I would say about 3 to 4 minutes per side is
Okay,
good.
and a lot of people often get the oil wrong, right? Because you,
Yeah.
you often can't tell when your oil is warm enough.
Yeah.
How do you?
Yeah.
What's your secret to just checking and making sure that the oil's not too hot?
Yeah, if you can get hold of a thermometer, it really is first prize.
Yeah.
But otherwise, take a little bit of dough and pop it in the oil. And if it's getting, if it's going very deep golden brown in
Yeah.
sort of 1 to 2 minutes,
Yeah.
you know it's too hot.
So you're not taking the
Just
whole
play
thing
around.
and using it to taste just a little
a little
bit, and then
bit,
you
yeah.
get it in there. Well, just in case you missed any of the steps involved in making this absolutely delicious spooky brioche donuts that we're making this morning with Teresa, Maggie, and James. But James done nothing this morning yet. Take a look at this.
Clover Classic Custard, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
Be a little spooktacular this Halloween with a little help from Clover and these spooky brioche donuts. Add a 1/4 cup of caster sugar to 4 cups of cake flour, followed by 2 teaspoons of salt, 1/2 cup of cubed Clover butter, 1 sachet of instant yeast, and 1 cup of lukewarm Clover full cream fresh milk. Next, crack in 4 large eggs. Then mix it all together to form a dough. Turn the dough out and knead for 10 to 15 minutes. Cover and set aside to double in size. Divide the dough into 8 equal portions and press down into flat circles. Then cover and leave to double in size one more time. Fry the donuts in hot oil until golden on both sides and set aside to cool. To make the filling, add 400 milliliters of Clover Classic Custard to a piping bag and pipe it into the cool donuts. Dip the donuts into chocolate ganache and cover with webs of melted marshmallow. Sweet, creamy, and filled with fun, these spooky Clover brioche donuts are sure to be a hit with your kids and friends alike.
Made with love by Clover.
Oh, yes, sure to be a hit with your friends and your kids. Okay, Teresa, you're getting me to do some work. I've got some classic, Clover Classic, custard, which I'm putting into the piping
Pop
bag
it into
now.
a piping bag.
All right.
Got our donut that we cooked off a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Beautiful and golden.
Oh, nice.
So use a sharp knife or the back of a wooden spoon and just make a little hole in your donut. And then we're going to pipe the custard into
I'm going
the
to
center.
give
Pass
this
that
to
me.
you because you know me. Can't trust me with this sort of thing. Ooh. Okay.
So just pop it in the hole, squeeze some of the custard in.
Oh, I can almost feel that donut in my mouth. That smooth, rich texture.
It's gonna be amazing. And then what we've got here is a chocolate sauce that we made earlier. So it's dark chocolate and cream that we've melted together.
Yeah.
So just dip that in. Oh, that looks delicious. Do you want to pass me that plate and we'll pop it on top? And now this is the messy bit. Are you guys going to help me here? So we've
This
got
is the fun part,
This
eh,
is
guys?
the fun part. We've got some marshmallows that we've melted.
Yeah.
And what you're going to do is just take some in your hands. You also want to grab some.
Do you want to grab some,
And
Maggie?
just sort of
Hey, James?
roll it around and then stretch it into cobweb sort of
Yeah.
shapes. And then you're just going to
And that's our
put
Halloween
it over the
effect.
top. Yes.
This is
sure the kids will love
so
doing
cool. They'll love doing that, and I can imagine the mess in the kitchen as well. But that's where the fun is.
And you get to lick your fingers afterwards.
Yeah, you do get to lick your fingers. Maggie, are you already licking your fingers there? Or are you still busy trying to get it together?
Trying to
look
get
at
it off
that.
our fingers.
Well, that keyword,
brilliant.
once again, while we get this together, is Clover to 33728. We'll SMS you a link to the recipe on your phone. Teresa, well done. This looks amazing. It is perfect. It's great. Maggie, did you have a good time doing this? Yeah. Hey, Megs?
Sticky, hey.
And you, James, did you have fun? I'm glad. Okay, well, we're going to enjoy this. We're going to taste it just now. Right now, though, you take a break, and we'll see you after this.
Clover Classic Custard. The creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
This is Season 9 of Tropica Island of Treasure. Welcome to Curacao in the Caribbean.
Buy Tropica and come find your smooth fame and fortune. WhatsApp the keyword TIOT9 to 063 921 8395 for audition details. And stand a chance to win your share of a smooth 1 million rand. Grab a Tropica for details and see you in paradise.
The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you have to win hundreds of thousands of prizes. Tropica, nothing smoother.
But I still believe we can have our ever after. I know what you believe, but if you let me, I will show you what I see. I know that we got something going on. I know. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Hanging out right now with Renata Riedemann, who's a popular electric violinist who's made a mark for herself with her enthralling performances and precise showmanship. She joins us this morning with a vast repertoire under her belt, from classical music through to current radio hits and music trends and so much more in between. And I personally have had the privilege of interacting and performing with her on some of the stages that we've shared. It's so good to see you, and now in this solo capacity. This is amazing. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So a lot of people might not know this about you, but you're quite the perfectionist when it comes to your artistry. I mean, we talk about the fact that you graduated cum laude from the University of Stellenbosch Distinguished Conservatoire. Majoring in violin performance with distinction, and you've since collaborated with the likes of Lyra. There's been the Bala brothers, Shiano Sky. I'm not to be mentioned in that class of artists. But let's take it back to where the passion for music started for you.
You know, it always sounds a bit cheesy when I say that, you know, the violin chose me, but it's really that. Yes. Because I was like 6 years old and I told my mom, please, I want to learn the violin.
Really?
And I think she just wanted to, like, give it time to see if it's just a phase. So she gave me a year, and after a year I was still going like, Mama, asseblief.
Oh, wow.
So then it started.
And do you remember where you'd seen a violin for the first time and why it is that you were so in love with this instrument?
You know, my mom usually played like FMR
at home. We only listen to classical music, so
Yes.
that's why it's weird for me to sing jazz, the jazz genre, because I wasn't exposed to it. But
Yes.
it's, yeah, the love was always there.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
beautiful story, and it's culminated in some incredible achievements. You also are known to collaborate and perform with the Resound String Quartet, and of course, Coda Africa,
Yes.
that we've
Yeah.
shared the stage
Yes.
with. Any other collaborations that you are kind of itching to get out of the way, that somebody who you'd love to collaborate with out there in the music industry?
Sure. You know, if I could actually raise someone from the dead, which I would never want to do.
Well, these days you
You
can
know?
with holographic performances. You can do that.
Is someone like Eva Cassidy. I draw a lot of inspiration from her, the way that she sang, or she took jazz standards and she just gave it her own spin, and it was all like clear, crystal clear, and simplicity is the thing that I think is one of the most beautiful things.
Yeah.
Music and nature and in anything. It's just...
And I guess it's a simplicity that is also perfected by many, many hours of sacrifice
Yes.
in practice
Yeah.
in order to achieve that level of comfort when you are either using your vocals as your instrument or, in your case, a violin. What has it taken? Talk to me about the sacrifice that it's taken, because I think this could be a point of inspiration for a lot of young musicians out there, whether they play violin, piano, the saxophone, or they sing. What does it take to be at the level where you are?
You know, there's a lot of people that start something like a string instrument and then they, like in a year or two, they leave it. And I must say, through my whole career of this, there was a few times that I wanted just to put it away.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you know, you sacrifice stuff, but I mean like people in sport as well. You sacrifice your weekends, you sacrifice your evenings, you choose not to go out with friends, so you practice. And I think I made that switch when I was at university.
Yeah?
I decided, okay, I want to make this work and I want to do my best. So I practiced a whole lot. I
Yeah.
don't do that anymore because the balance is out for me there.
Yeah.
I want to live a life still and do music and draw
Yeah.
joy from it still.
But you've already accumulated your 10,000 hours already. Talk to me quickly about Saturday, the 9th of November
Yes.
at Hermanus. What's happening there?
So I'm putting on a show with the lovely Sven Bloomer that you will hear shortly on guitar and on vocals. So we are at Benguela Cove, beautiful estate. They celebrate art and culture, and you've got wine, you've got the ocean, you've got the mountain. I think it's a perfect culmination.
Beautiful music as well.
Yeah, and you can get your tickets at CompuTickets.
Fantastic.
It's 250 Rand for adults and then 100 Rand for kids between 4 and 12.
We can't wait to get a little pre-teaser
Yes.
of that show. Thank you for joining us this
Thank you
morning.
so much for having me.
Appreciated. Make sure that you stay tuned for those performances coming your way right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
And time for us to take a look at those news headlines. South Africa's Finance Minister, Tito Mboweni, has warned that the country faces tough economic times because it is spending much more than it earns. Mboweni, delivering his medium-term budget in Parliament yesterday, said mounting government debt, record unemployment and unprofitable state-owned companies have all contributed to the economic challenges in South Africa and, of course, our most industrialized economy in Africa. Economic growth has been revised down from 1.5% to only 0.5% this year. He added state-owned power utility Eskom would not receive any more bailouts until it showed that it is working around its turnaround strategy and proving it effective. Police arrested some 100 foreigners during an operation to evict refugees and asylum seekers from a UN building in Cape Town yesterday. The police, who used a water cannon, were carrying out a court order to remove about 300 people who had been occupying the building for the past 3 weeks in a grievance over a wave of deadly xenophobic attacks. Hundreds of the foreign nationals then sought refuge in the Central Methodist Church. South Africa, as the continent's most developed economy, as a magnet to migrants. In international news, the UN's Migration Agency says 3 of its aid workers have been killed in fighting in South Sudan near the borders of Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. The International Organization for Migration Volunteers was caught in crossfire during clashes that broke out on Sunday. Monday. A female aid worker and the 4-year-old son of a woman who was fatally injured were abducted. The volunteers were working at Ebola screening points in the border areas, tracking the spread of the deadly disease. It has since suspended 5 of its screening points. And millions more people will be at risk of coastal flooding from climate-driven sea level rise later this century. That's the conclusion of new research conducted by Climate Central, a US-based non-profit news organization. It found that 190 million people will be living in areas that are projected to be below the high tide lines come 2100. Meanwhile, anti-government protests have forced Chile to pull out of hosting a UN climate change conference where world leaders were to discuss the implementation of the Paris Accord, a landmark international climate agreement. And finally, Japan is known for having one of the world's most efficient public transport systems, but it's also a nation of drivers and car lovers. With some 80 million vehicles on the roads, and now with 1 in 5 citizens aged 70 or older, it is facing a sensitive problem. How do you keep traffic accidents down as people get older? Last year, the proportion of fatal traffic accidents caused by drivers 75 or older rose to almost 15%. Presently in Japan, over 75s must take a cognitive test every 3 years to have their license renewed. And new proposals aim to allow elders to only drive cars with advanced automatic braking systems. As of now, there are no complete answers to this problem in Japan. We remain to find out. And here is Kat with a look at your sports.
Well, one of the things that's going very much correctly and right in Japan is, of course, Rugby World Cup. And after an incredible season with the Springboks, scrum-half Herschel Yankees has been nominated along with 2 others for the World Rugby Breakthrough Player of the Year award. The 23-year-old has been nominated alongside England wing Joe Kokanasiga and fly-off Romania Tamak from France. Fellow Bok Kobus Reinach's hat-trick try against Canada at the Rugby World Cup has also been nominated as one of the contenders for the International Rugby Player Try of the Year award. The winners will be named in Tokyo on Sunday at the World Rugby Awards. In further rugby news, both New Zealand and Wales, who will play in the Rugby World Cup third-place playoff tomorrow, have rung in the changes to their teams. The All Blacks made 7 changes and Wales made 9 changes to the team that lost to South Africa in the semi-final. The All Blacks captain Kieran Reid and centres Sonny Bill Williams and Ryan Crotty have made the starting lineup for the match. Both Steve Hansen and Warren Gatland will step down as head coaches after the tournament. In further rugby news, 3 times Super Rugby runners-up, the Lions, have announced that Ivan van Rooyen will take over as the head coach of the franchise after Suys de Bruin left the team earlier this year. Van Rooyen has worked with the Lions for the past 10 years and acted as coach when de Bruin left the team midway through the season. The Lions will kick off their 2020 Super Rugby season on the 1st of February when they face the Jaguares in Argentina. And in footballing news, midweek PSL action saw Bloemfontein Celtic and SuperSport United play out a 1-1 draw at the Dr. Molemela Stadium last night. SuperSport dominated in the first half with Aubrey Mudiba opening the scoring in the 19th minute, and Celtic equalised in the second half through a Sarah Motebang goal in the 50th minute. The result sees SuperSport move up 2 places to 5th on the log table, while Celtic are still up at 11th. Now, Liverpool booked their spot in the Carabao Cup quarter-finals after playing out to a 5-5 draw against Arsenal and eventually winning 5-4 in the penalty shootout to advance. Divock Origi's 94th minute scissor kick sent the game into penalties after the Reds came from behind on 2 occasions to level the score. Danny Ceballos' penalty was saved by keeper Keller before Curtis Jones converted the winning kick for Liverpool. Other results from last night also saw Manchester United beat Chelsea 2-1 at Stamford Bridge to advance to the last 8. Man, check out that Marcus Rashford free kick, 1 for the books. Well, that's it for your sports headlines. Right now, let's take a look at your roads.
Thank you very much, Kat. We take that first look at your roads this morning. Starting off in Gauteng, out in Pretoria, there has been an accident that's on the N4 westbound before the Proof Plus interchange. The right shoulder is blocked, so please approach with caution. In the Western Cape, Langa on the N2 inbound, there has been an accident before Bunga Drive, obstructing one lane. Delays can be expected, so please be patient on the roads this morning. And if you're making your way to the trains, well, there are overhead electrical problems at Lentegeur impacting the Captain's Clip train service. And as from T9501, Captain's Clip trains will terminate at Philippi until further notice. Commuters are advised to make use of alternative mode of transport between Philippi and Captain's Clip this morning. Hopefully that saves you some time. Take it easy on the roads. The next update in just over half an hour.
Time right now for your Thursday weather watch. And of course, we've asked you to send through those beautiful sunrise pictures. And JP Malhadba sent us this sunrise picture from Robertson, where plenty of sunshine can be expected today with a light southeasterly breeze and temperatures reaching a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius. Haley Ann Smith sent us a beautiful sunrise picture all the way from Port Elizabeth, where times of clouds and sunshine can be expected today with pleasant temperatures and a strong northeasterly breeze. And temperatures there reaching a maximum of 24 degrees Celsius. And let's take a look at those temperatures more broadly throughout the country. Northeasterly winds can be expected of about 22 kilometers per hour in Polokwane, and temperatures ranging between 16 and 26, while a couple of showers can be expected in Mbombela, a low of 15 and a high of 19 degrees Celsius. Thunderstorms for Pretoria today, 15 to 29, those temperatures will range, while a light drizzle can be expected in Johannesburg, 14 to 27 is your maximum. The highest temperatures in the country in Mahikeng in the northwest, between 18 and 34 degrees Celsius, and partly cloudy conditions for Klerksdorp today, a low of 14 and a high of 33. Moving on over to the Northern Cape, Kimberley, temperatures ranging between 10 and 30 degrees Celsius, Bloemfontein 9 and 28. Some heavy rainfall to be expected today in Richards Bay, and a low of 17 and a high of 19, while a couple of showers can be expected in Pietermaritzburg, temperatures ranging between 13 and 16 degrees Celsius. There'll be the occasional rain for Durban today, temperatures as low as 17 rising to a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius, while a light drizzle will be the order of the day for Mthatha today, temperatures there ranging between 12 and 20. Moving on over to the Eastern Cape, East London 14 to 19, and Craddock 6 to 25. There'll be occasional rain for Port Elizabeth today, temperatures as low as 14 rising to a maximum of 19, while George will experience temperatures between 10 and 18 degrees. The lowest temperatures in the country today in Sutherland, a low of 5 rising up to a maximum of 22. Cape Town in the mother city, 12 to 22, and of course you can expect partly cloudy conditions over there in Worcester, partly cloudy conditions as well, and temperatures ranging between 10 and 25. Northeasterly winds of about 13 kilometers per hour will be blowing through Springbok today, temperatures as low as 16 reaching up to a maximum of 33, and similarly rounding things off in a very sunny Uppington today, temperatures as low as 16 rising to a maximum of 33 degrees Celsius. Well, no matter what the weather looks like in your part of the country, here's to hoping you have a thunderous Thursday.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you. Hey, you know what time it is when you hear that tune playing in the background. It's time for us to celebrate your birthdays, because you have sent in your messages to birthdays@kadova.tv to wish your loved ones a very happy birthday.
Yay.
Well, we started off with some videos. Thank you so much for getting these through to us. Thank you very much. This one is for Lindiwe Shilakwe. Happy birthday. Take a look at this. Ah, that is so cute. Mommy is 37. Happy birthday, Shilakwe. That's such an overload of cuteness, eh?
How cute, man.
So cute. Too cute, too cute, too cute. I've got another one. This one is for Clara. Happy birthday, Clara.
Thank you for my sister Clara voor haar verjaarsdag. Dat ze verjaar en dat de Heer op haar gespaard. Zo ons wil gaan zeggen gelukkige verjaarsdag. En dat de Heer haar nog baie jaren sparen. So, dat is wat ons wil zeggen. Want ons is een familie en ons is lief voor elkaar. Ons is speciaal gekomen om haar verjaarsdag te komen vieren in Durban. So, dat is die liefde wat ons voor haar kan geven. En ons wil zeggen, Clara, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Clara. Happy
Clara. I love it.
The
I love it.
walking and
I
just
know, they
everything.
gave
I
me
mean-
a top billing vibe. Just, you know,
Definitely.
starting it, giving you a walk, giving you a gentle swish to the side, serving it to you. Who else have we got?
Let's get into it. It's a happy 22nd birthday to Mlungisi. May God keep blessing you more and more. Next one is wishing Mignon Abram a joyous birthday. May your day and new year be blessed, and may you have all the peace and laughter the world can offer you on your special day. Enjoy your day, and remember, we love you from Dad, Mom, sisters, and boyfriend.
Stunning. Okay, well, here's that one for Lindiwe Shilakwe. It says, we wish my beautiful wife and mom a very happy 37th birthday. May God bless you abundantly. We love you. This is from your husband, Kabelo, your son, Puso, your daughter, Tato, as well as the whole family. Happy birthday, Lindiwe. And then also for Jonty. Happy birthday to Jonty. Hope you have a fabulous day. Lots of love from the Jacobs clan.
And then we move on to Donovan Paulser. Happy 40th birthday. I love you lots from Fadwa, Cardi, and Charlton. And then Michelle Classy. I wish my beautiful sister-in-law the most amazing 27th birthday ever. You are amazing, beautiful, and loving person. I couldn't have asked for a better sister-in-law. I love you so much.
Oh, that is so sweet. Here's one for Yaqueen. Happy first birthday to my son, Yaqueen. May God grant you many more years to come, and may his richest blessings be showered upon you. Happy more lives. Your mommy loves you. Punchu Nunu. That's what it says. I didn't make that up. Punchu Nunu.
And then happy 11th birthday to my twin daughter, Lindokulo Ulotando Nkosi. Just always know that you're your granny's sunshine. I love you. And then last and definitely not least, may your special day bring you as much fun and joy as you bring to everyone around you. That is for Akita. May the flame of your joy never blow out of your life. Happy 6th birthday. Lollipop, lollipop.
Lollipop.
Lots of love from Grandma, Grandpa, Mummy, and everybody in the house. Beautiful.
Lollipop. Happy birthday. Oh, well, that's where we leave it this morning. If you are celebrating your birthday, happy birthday to you. But of course, you know the drill. If you know someone celebrating their birthday, you want to show them some love, why don't you send us a video? We love seeing those videos. WhatsApp it to us, 071-640-6551. Of course, you can also email us the picture and a message to birthdays@kadova.tv. While you jot down that birthday message, we're going to take a quick break. We'll see you after this.
Guess what? Courtesy of Dion Wired, we have new prizes for you. Up for grabs is an Epson printer and Samsung tablet bundle, a Nintendo Switch Lite, and a super stylish Smeg toaster and kettle combo. Simply SMS the keyword Dion Wired, your name and email address to 33728 to win. Plus, when you SMS in, you are entered into the grand prize draw to win a Tech Dash in a Dion Wired worth 100,000 Rand. Winning has never been so easy.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't wanna sound naive, but I still believe we can have our ever after. I don't know what you believe, but if you let me, I will show you what I see. I know that we got something going on. I know you know.
This is Season 9 of Tropica Island of Treasure. Welcome to Curacao in the Caribbean.
Buy Tropica and come find your smooth fame and fortune. WhatsApp the keyword TIOT9 to 063-921-8395 for audition details. And stand a chance to win your share of a smooth 1 million Rand. Grab a Tropica for details and see you in paradise.
The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you have to win hundreds of thousands of prizes. Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
welcome back. Of course, when you set out to find two new faces to join your feel-good breakfast show team with Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition, we teamed up with Orbit Gum SA, who is always working to give people their time to shine. Now that we have our winners, as awesome as they are, we're chatting to Senior Brand Manager at Orbit Gum South Africa, Ashley Sanderson, to find out a little bit more about Orbit's involvement in this unbelievable journey. I want to call it a process, a journey, an odyssey. Yeah. We have seen our Presenter Search on 3 finalists, not just our winners, but completely transform and all embrace their time to shine, which I absolutely love. 2 winners, yes, 2 fantastic winners. But from Orbit's perspective, why did you guys want to be involved in something like this?
So Presenter Search on 3 and Orbit's partnership was definitely a no-brainer from the get-go. Giving you the confidence, and that's what Orbit is all about, giving the confidence and the freshness, which I think the contestants showed throughout their competition.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely loved the transformation. Obviously, we've gotten to connect with them emotionally, but there were heightened moments of emotion throughout. The way that the journey had been built around these challenges, I think, was a masterstroke. We got to see the people, yes, what they're like on camera, but also when the chips are down, what they really are like as people, which is essential for this kind of environment. What were some of your favorite challenges through the process, do you think?
So sure, there was so many exciting and memorable moments throughout this competition, but probably the one that stands out the most is their very first challenge that they had, and this really took them out of their comfort zone and had to show their true ability in trying to interview someone of a celebrity status.
That's often a gut check moment for me. As long as I've been doing it, I still get the same grin every time I have to, especially with rugby players, the guys. I'm such a fanboy. But one of the best parts of our job, every day we get tested, we've got to find confidence to step up in this job. But I think in life, we're constantly looking for ways to feel better. We've got a mandate in our show to drive the positivity, to hopefully get people out there feeling confident about embracing their day, which I think is another layer of a very shared ethos between the two of us. We know that Orbit Gum is all about embracing that time to shine. What other ways can we embrace that and be more confident, do you think?
Yeah, so I think everyone faces challenges through their daily lives, whether it be a small challenge or even a big challenge like the Presenter Search itself. But small challenges like going for an interview or going on your very first date, meeting your partner's parents for the first time. And I mean, even sportsmen and women chew a lot of chewing gum to get that confidence.
Absolutely love that. So we've obviously had a pretty cool prize woven into this journey as well, just to enrich the perspective for our viewers. Can you tell us a little bit more about an opportunity to get to the gorgeous Seychelles?
Yes, so currently Orbit is running a competition where you can win a trip for 2 to the Seychelles. And I mean, who wouldn't want the most perfect selfie on the Seychelles beaches?
I know.
And all you have to do is purchase any 2 Orbit packs of gum at any retailer up until the 15th of November, and dial *120*5299#, and then follow the prompts.
And all the best of luck. Just chow it, get the confidence, go and ask that person for a date. We were talking about workplace crushes. You've got this, you can do it. Just work up the courage and do it. So we've got obviously our 2 brand new presenters joining the Expresso family. Can I ask Jamie and Kutle to step in very quickly? Guys, yay!
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I know you guys have gotten to obviously know the Orbit team incredibly well, but they really have formed a soft spot for the 2 of you through this journey. I think they've loved watching you transform as people before our very own eyes, and I think Ashley's got a little something for you.
Yes. So it's been an honour and a privilege to watch you girls go through this contest and actually win it. So to give you that little bit of extra confidence in your next journey and your next venture, Orbit would love to give you a little hamper to give you that confidence and keep you going.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, it's heavy. I was going to say, that looked like a little hamper. That's quite a meaty hamper there.
There's lots of confidence in there.
Yay!
From Orbit.
Oh,
Thank you
Ashley,
so much.
thank you so much. Any last words you want to say to the ladies before we let you
So
go?
just congratulations, and I wish you all the best of luck for the next
next journey. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It gets real, guys. Did you expect to have to start like immediately?
No.
You think they were going to give you like 3 weeks off
Yeah.
to just...
Yes.
Ain't no chill.
Just sleep.
Ain't no chill, ladies.
Chill.
You're never going to sleep again, and you're going to love it because you're part of our team now. It makes me so proud to say that as well. It's so cool to have the two of you here after such a long journey. But I have to say it, you embraced your time to shine, and you nailed it. So well done, ladies. Ashley, thank you so much for everything that your team has done through this process as well. And there you have it, ladies and gents, our two brand new members of our team. They did embrace their time to shine right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And as a result, that couch is now their own. That is their new home. We love it. Thank you to Orbit Gum for giving Kutle and Jamie Lee their time to shine on Expresso Morning Show. We absolutely love it.
Now, there's just over a month left, and thereafter, for all our kiddies out there, they'll be singing, "We're all going on a summer." That might be a bit too old school for them, but hey, it's the summer holidays, and so lots of planning comes into play for all the parents out there, and especially when you're going to be thinking about what the young ones are going to be wearing as they go exploring. There'll be beach days, there'll be hike days, there'll be party days, there'll be swim days, there'll be fun days all around. And this morning we're joined by Bronwyn Day, who's here to tell us all about the wonderful quality clothing from Woolworths, with a difference, of course. And good to have you here, Bronwyn.
Thanks, Kat. Good to be here.
You're really a great asset to parents right now, showing them around, because I'm sure most parents aren't really dialed in on all the latest kiddies trends throughout the year. And this is a very important season, looking at the wonderful color palette that is summer. Tell me all about it and what we can expect for kiddies who love to be fashion forward.
Yes, so for the little girls out there, there are lots of frills and frilly details, polka dots. I'm really enjoying the leopard print stripes, nautical stripes. So there's quite a lot of information, lots of girly details. And for the little boys, lots of tropical prints, surfs up,
Very
Hawaiian
cool shorts,
prints,
man.
really cool boardies. So there's just a lot of information and lots of fun to be had in the sun.
Yeah. Well, why would you say, or what makes Woolies that kids with kids that have a destination or an adventurous spirit about them? What makes Woolies the ideal destination to find clothing for kids like that?
Well, I really like the sort of flexibility of the garments. They're easy to pop on and off. I think for moms and dads who're so busy trying to pack cars, pack up the house, get ready for holidays, run down to the beach, you know, kids don't have that let's wait button.
Yes.
So it's really cool to just have easy on and off pieces that are colourful, bright, and just make everyone feel cheerful. They wash well, and obviously the sustainable cotton makes it a big asset now, with a sort of conscious, eco-conscious drive behind the cotton. So it's ethically sourced, and it just makes the cottons feel that much better and more fun for the kids.
Wonderful. Now you brought 3 little models for us who are going to show us how these fabrics and these beautiful clothes move. Introduce us to the team.
Yes. So Zara, do you want to come on and show us your little summer dress?
Oh, look
I'm
at
really
that.
enjoying this little dress. It's got a ruche detail, the little bright buttons. It's this fluoro pink, and it's just easy to wear for summer, on the beach, to lunch. Where would you wear it to? To the beach.
To the beach.
So just a lovely, fun, fresh, summery dress for you. Hey, do you like that? Should we call your little sister to come and join you?
Beautiful colours. Oh, your little sister's
little
here.
Lila.
Oh, this is
Lila's
Lila.
wearing a little frilly top with a unicorn. Turn around for us
Let's
and
see your
show
unicorn.
the camera.
There it is.
There we
you
go.
Show everyone at home over there.
There we
That is
go.
beautiful.
And show everybody on the camera your beautiful t-shirt and the cute shorts with the heart prints. So prints are very key for summer, bright colours. And then we have Alex who's going to join us. Come on to the set, Alex. And he's looking so suave in his summer colours, tropical prints. I'm loving the octopus with the little sunglasses.
Oh, cool.
details.
Lovely.
And yeah, just really fun board shorts. So again, pieces you can mix and match and take you from beach to poolside to lunch to the movies, wherever you're going.
Lovely layering technique there as well.
Do you want to come and stand this
after a
side
beach
for
day,
us,
you guys can
Alex,
stand
and
over
you
here.
come
so
into
we
the
can
middle, and then you can show everybody
around
all
this
your
way.
clothes, and you can stand together.
Yeah, we're after a day on the beach. Perhaps if you're going to be relaxing at home on the grass, or maybe you can take off the shirt and have a t-shirt.
So it's a really nice little outfit. And again, you can see everybody can do what they want to do for the holidays in these fun, fresh colours.
It looks absolutely fantastic. You guys look great.
Yes.
You guys want to wave to all your friends at home? Say hello.
Say hi. Got up so early. They're so
sweet.
You guys are amazing. Thank you very much for being here. So now that we've seen all of these adorable, stylish and sustainable looks, it's time for you, our viewers, to take note. Check this out. You get up to 25% off 2 kids plain cotton tees and 20% off for W Rewards members promotion, which is in-store and online now until the 10th of November. And please also note that you get an extra 5% off when you pay with your Woolies card. But this does exclude multi-packs, designs, slogan and school tees as well. But with all that being said, I think we are all bright and ready to enjoy a forever summer with Woolworths. High five, guys.
Yeah,
get in there, in the summer mood. In the summer mood, yeah.
You don't have to search very far. I will love you 2 times. Stand still, stand still. I will love you 2 times. Stand still.
Support Crush in giving away another 20,000 pairs of school shoes to children in need. Buy a Crush, dial the number on the pack, and stand the chance to win your share of 500,000 Rand. Hashtag share the goodness. Made with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. It is your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso, live right here on ABC3. That tune means one thing and one thing only. It's time for us, to check out what's happening in this world of tech and science in that way. What's happening, Kat?
Yeah,
What's the latest?
Tesla at it again. They're always up to something, aren't they?
They are.
This time around, they've invested a lot of time and resources in their division that is trying to help us get off the main electric grid as quickly as possible, as most electricity, as we know, is generated without the use of renewable energy. So they've now announced the next version of their solar roof, and it seems to be ready for the masses. The new solar roof tiles are made of a textured black glass, and Elon Musk says the whole roof can be installed in about 8 hours, starting at about $35,000 US with government subsidies. And he says that this price is actually less than what the average roof costs, plus solar panels as well. So that is a massive, massive breakthrough in that kind of industry. Unfortunately, this product is still only available in the United States for manufacturing reasons. But if the rollout is successful and they are able to ramp up very quickly, other markets can also expect to see the product very soon. And Musk also added that they can, quote, make roofs come alive, and you can have a live roof instead of a dead roof, as Elon Musk would say. He also said, in the future, it'll be odd for roofs to be dormant or dead or not gather energy. So that looks...
Learning so much about roofs that I ever knew. It's just the life of a roof.
But look at that, though. What do you think?
I think it's incredible that you can do this. I think that we'll start seeing that we'll be adding roofs to our bonds when we apply for home loans.
Well, these days you can. Some banks do finance the installation of solar panels on your roof. And then next time when Musk brings it to South Africa, you probably have an app where you can have like your favorite picture slideshow flashing on the roof.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's weird, right?
Yeah, so we're going to be like, yeah, that's a bit weird.
You can have like your Facebook stream timeline.
Basically, you can put your selfie.
Live streaming. Hey guys, I'm on my roof.
Get an insurance quote and stand a chance to win one of 6 Samsung S10 smartphones. Simply SMS the keyword INSURE to 30788 for a callback and a quote, and you could be a winner.
Over 100,000 meals are already in the bag for the hashtag 1,000,000+1 meal campaign with Rise Against Hunger. And the campaign isn't over yet.
Yeah, baby, not by a long shot. It's been amazing to see how volunteers have rolled up their sleeves to come and help us pack meals that, as we speak, are being shipped to informal creches across the Western Cape, into the little bellies of much deserving little children. And this is what went down at our recent meal pack event at Brackenfell Centre, which embraced the challenge.
Again, proving to me that people will jump at the opportunity to help others if just given the chance. We're about to take our total meal tally in the hashtag 1,000,000+1 meal campaign to over 100,000 today. We're again hoping that volunteers are going to rally to our cause here at the awesome Brackenfell Centre. They've opened their doors, they've opened their hearts for us to pack the next 20,000 meals. And when we know that cause, oh, there's another box packed, I love it. When we know that cause is feeding young children that would have otherwise have gone hungry, I think we're going to see humanity win through. In fact, I know it. The most gratifying part of this entire process for me, that so many learners, high school learners, young people have come out to join us. What was your motivation for coming out here today?
Well, when my teacher told me that we were going to do this, I really wanted to join in and help give people food, like children.
And you are doing just that. What job are you doing today? What's your job?
I'm sealing the bags so that nothing falls out.
So I know him as Seth, you know him as Smoke. He is a beatboxing champion. In fact, he is the South African champion. You are so awesome, dude. Your talent is mind-blowing, but your generosity is equally as impressive, guy. Why? You didn't need to come out and pack, but you've come out to support the cause and you're packing. Why did you come out today?
Well, when I walked in, I kind of got inspired because I saw how many people were interested into doing it. And I just thought, you know, if so many people can do it now, then like nothing's stopping me from also just doing my part, you know?
I've got to ask, are you doing your part though? Are you a good packer? Are you a bad packer? Maybe I should ask your girl.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think he's a good packer. This is not his job title. So helping is definitely best for him. You should stick to the helping aspect.
That's rough, but at least he has very professional oversight here, clearly. No, we love the fact that you guys have come out, that you've come out as a team as well to support. We love you. Now get back to work, buddy.
Thanks,
and
man.
concentrate. The truly remarkable progress the campaign has made so far rests very much on the shoulders of our sponsors like the Oceana Group, like the incredible Brackenfell Centre, who have opened up their hearts for us today on the most fundamental level, but also on the shoulders of volunteers, everyday South Africans willing to roll up their sleeves, give just a little bit of their time to help us feed children that are dealing with the debilitating extreme hunger that far too many of our communities face every single day. So Jean, I'm going to ask you to do this with me right now. Go, woosah. Woosah. Ah, the moment has arrived. So proud of the way that your centre, your team has responded, but most importantly, the volunteers. Whoop, whoop, another box has gone out. Jean, how are you feeling about your shoppers today?
Oh, I'm feeling so proud of them. The community has really come out to support us here at Brackenfell Hyper Centre. It's amazing. The gees is awesome.
and they have come out in their droves, which is what we love. Thank you so much, Jean. You are amazing. Your team is amazing. The centre has just opened up. I've said it about 10 times today. Your hearts, never mind your doors to us. So thank you so, so much.
You're very welcome.
Okay, now back to work. Go, 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 go. Put the head on. Go, go, go. 20,000 meals and counting, done and dusted, taking our total tally to 110,000 meals. Meals that will be finding their way in a couple of days into the bellies of some thoroughly deserving young children. And while it's whoop whoop, another box done and dusted, well, it's heartbreaking to know that these families are dealing with grinding poverty and extreme hunger. It's equally inspiring to know that we are a country, a community that will step in and be that family when the children need it most. 1 million plus one, because we want to feed every child out there and won't stop until we do. Can we do it? I believe we can. In fact, can we do it?
Yes, we can!
Well, get ready to have your Thursday elevated to a whole new level of feel good. Right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, it is Expresso, baby. Welcome to it if you're only joining us now. Well, Renate and Sven, they are here throughout the morning, just mesmerizing us with sounds that make us feel like we're traveling to heaven. Take it away. What do you say?
You
Tamate and Sven here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Honestly, you have set the tone. The weekend feels like it's nearer than it already was. Well, they're going absolutely nowhere. They're going to be hanging out with us all throughout the show till 9 o'clock. Right now, though, let's go top up our coffee cups and then you guys tell me what you're performing next, okay? See you after this.
Tonight, on the penultimate episode of The Next Brand Ambassador, the remaining contestants take on the ultimate challenge, selling tickets and dealing with celebrities. It's make or break as they push to ensure they survive the last elimination round. And in the boardroom, one finalist's dream gets dashed, while the others make the final 5. That's The Next Brand Ambassador, tonight at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show, live, large and in charge on this Thursday morning. It's so good to be in your company at the start of a brand new day. Now, after yet another fantastic season of Presenter Search on 3, we finally reached the day where we sit in the studio with our 2 new additions, Kuhle Adams and Jamie Lee Domberg. And a show like this, of course, would not be possible without the fantastic sponsorship of the likes of McCafe, who have kept the contestants and judges fueled with great coffee throughout the entire season. And this morning, I'm joined by our friend and McDonald's South Africa's Chief Operations Officer, Joanne de Wet. Great to have you here with us.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Yeah, and good to be here again at the end of another season, successfully so. The second season that McCafe and McDonald's South Africa at large have sponsored. What have you thought of the season? And we've got 2 new faces. And there they are. You can see them across the room. You must be incredibly proud. How was this experience for you?
I think for me the experience was quite sobering. I think in our earlier chat we were having a conversation about the fact that I had an appreciation, obviously having been interviewed by Dean, one of the top 4 contestants, and just being and understanding the fact that, you know, there's a voice in his ear giving him direction, there's his own thoughts, he's got to keep me on track in the interview process. So you do have an appreciation in terms of what happens behind the scenes, over and above what the viewers would potentially see.
Absolutely. And looking at the ladies, the 2 new faces.
Hi.
What do you make of the ladies as the additions to our team?
I think for me it's quite exciting. It brings a little bit of diversity to the team.
Absolutely.
So that for me is great. They add that fun element, and for me they are Expresso. So even when they went through the journey of Presenter Search, that came through quite strongly for me. So for the 2 pioneer ladies, you know, on behalf of McDonald's and our great coffee, simple McCafe lifestyle brand, congratulations and well done, Kutle and Jamie Lee. Very, very proud of you.
You speak of pioneering ladies, and I could just hold a mirror up to you. Your story is an incredible one, where you started off as a trainee at McDonald's, trainee manager at McDonald's in 1995.
Yes.
And you've progressed all the way. This is you. Do you remember taking
That looks like one of my sons.
And you've progressed over the past years to now being COO of one of the biggest players in the market, in the world, in our country. What an extraordinary story. So if you were to share words of wisdom with the 2 ladies now, where they are embarking on their personal journeys to greatness, what would you say to them?
I think there's 2 things I'd say to you. The first one is embrace what I've sort of appreciated as being positive discomfort. Any great achievement comes with risk. but embrace that risk and see the potential. Focus on the yes how, don't focus on the no, but I can't do it, I've never had the experience. And I think you showcased that through the entire competition. So that would be the first word of advice from my humble experience. The second one is continue to be authentic, and your authentic self will grow during your journey with Expresso, and be comfortable with being vulnerable. I appreciated watching you almost plunge into situations that you've never experienced before, but it's that what drew the South African viewers in. That's what you got the viewers to vote you in Kutle. So continue with that, and I think from a judging perspective, that's what drew the judges in and created that distinction and allowed them to choose you as the top 2 winners.
And there they are. Starting off tomorrow, they'll be bringing smiles to South Africans all around. Whenever I speak to you and I get the chance to just kind of reflect back on your story, I'm always just filled with thoughts of how much pressure your job entails. And we were talking about it a little bit off air a moment or two ago. What can you tell us about some of the exciting innovations that are coming the way of McDonald's?
I think some of the exciting innovations, even though, chatting earlier, we're so focused on 4IR, and for me it was always embedded in the McDonald's business model. So our drive-through and the drive-through experience has always been based on the engagement between technology and people, which ultimately translates into an experience for a consumer. So there's a lot of innovations, be it we've got a global McDonald's app, which is a couponing app that will evolve over time. There's a lot of engagement with technology from a delivery perspective, so that's being expanded. Whether it's our great McCafe brand, those are all making sure that whatever we do fits in the lifestyle, but also creates experiences of the future for consumers.
Absolutely. Now, we couldn't have you here without trying to at least enhance your experience of the Expresso Show studio somewhat. So I've got to offer you some beautiful coffee prepared by our lovely Princess. How do you take your coffee?
Well, Princess knows exactly how I take my coffee.
Oh, yeah?
And knowing her, she's already got my black Americano already and lined up for me. So, Precious.
This is Princess, have you got it there?
Princess, when you're ready.
Exactly how she like black Americano, I'll make it with extra love.
Oh! 100% Arabica, baby, coming your way. Listen, thank you so much for joining us, Joanne. It's always such a pleasure to have you here with us. And once again, a big congratulations to our winners, Jamie Lee and Kutle, who officially start their work life here at Expresso tomorrow. And we cannot wait to see all that they are about to bring to your feel-good breakfast show. And ladies and gentlemen, for now, Joanne David, come on, come on.
Oh, this is such a beautiful time, such an exciting time.
I can't believe we've got 2 new members to our team. It's so awesome.
Exciting. Everything is so exciting. But listen, I think we all know that it's difficult to scientifically prove that sunshine, playing, or reading a book can have a healing power when you're facing a life-threatening illness. But we know that they sure do help you, get your mind off things.
And then I think also, in a way, just remind little ones, especially, of the joys of life and ultimately what they are fighting for. It's powerful medicine for the mind and soul, and that's what the new Dream Room, sponsored by McDonald's, is all about.
Spreading the love, McDonald's are at it again. I'm very honored to be here this morning in Johannesburg at the Donald Gordon Hospital, where McDonald's have joined forces with a list of other prestigious companies to help fund a dream room through the Reach for a Dream Foundation, a space that'll bring lots of joy and happiness to young kids.
The Ronald McDonald Dream Room at Donald Gordon is a haven for children fighting life-threatening illnesses to spend time with their families in a non-clinical, colourful area which inspires joy.
With me is the CEO of Donald Gordon, Sue Tager. Sue, I must say that it must be such a difficult thing to process, your kid going through a terminal illness. Why is it important for the hospital to provide such a space for families and kids going through cancer?
It is unimaginable what a family goes through when a child is diagnosed with cancer, and we find that the family moves in. It's a parent 24 hours a day. There's a parent literally staying here and sleeping here, and this becomes their home. So if we can provide an environment that is just a little bit softer than a regular hospital room and a hospital environment, it just makes it that much more bearable for them to be normal for a little while, rather than to be in a place of sickness. I think it's really just so uplifting.
Sue, what does it mean to have McDonald's as well as Reach for a Dream really step up to the plate to make a dream come true for your patients?
Well, this would not have been possible without them. We wouldn't have had the funding to make this happen. So we are just so grateful that we were chosen by them and that they've come in and they've transformed this space. It's unimaginable what it looked like mere days ago, and they've made it into a haven, a beautiful haven for children, for their families and for our staff. So we are just so grateful to them.
Designed as a sanctuary, the Dream Room includes an outdoor play area and mini soccer field, as well as a reading den for kids and their families to escape and enjoy doing what children do.
Greg, it always warms my heart to see McDonald's doing great and giving back to the community. What does it mean for you today to be opening up this Dream Room through your Ronald McDonald's House charity?
Well, I think the first one, let's talk a little bit about that. As I stand in front of you and your viewership, I stand here as the director of the Ronald McDonald House of Charities. So they're the ones that are here sponsoring this wonderful Dream Room. And the charities, the two charities come together with a common vision. And that is, if we can't provide medical care as normal human beings, we can bring hope, we can bring love, we can bring family togetherness, and if we can bring those elements in together with medical care, we think that's the best balance for speedy recovery. From a McDonald's perspective, it's fundamentally important. I mean, we serve 8 million customers every single month, and it's not necessarily about giving back, although that's important. It's more about making a difference in this country.
Mervyn, today is such a special occasion. Can you take us back to the beginning? How was this idea to create a Dream Room born?
At our 30th anniversary dinner in August last year, we launched the concept of a Dream Room, having already created one prototype at a hospital in Pretoria. And the audience of 1,000 people were absolutely swept away by the concept of creating an oasis. We wanted to create a space where parents and sick children would be able to just normalize their behavior. And that very night, we sold 12 Dream Rooms. And our ultimate dream is to create a space like this one in every hospital across the country.
It's been such a joyous occasion witnessing the opening of this Dream Room, the first of many to come in South Africa, and I certainly hope that it brings all the hope and all the joy to those who need it the most.
Oh, wonderful story indeed. And talking about bringing joy, Sis Princess does that for us every single day. So there you go, Joanne.
Yes.
Served up with a little extra love.
Pleasure.
From Sis Princess. Yes. Do I have mine as well, Sis Princess? Yes. Do you want to tell Joanne how I like mine? Because you know everybody's...
Yes.
How do you keep it all in memory? It's so much, but how do you make mine again?
It's Americano with a little bit of milk and a bit of hazelnut.
A bit of hazelnut. That's how I like to enjoy my cup. Oh, yes, exactly.
Good.
Thank you very, very much. I'll have a...
Thank you. Pleasure.
It's a great start to the morning. We're going to take a break. We'll see you on the other side.
A taste loved by those who have tried it. McAfee, great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
Can I help you guys?
I'll take it. Dion Wired, where humans go for technology.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. It's been a beautiful show, of course, welcoming 2 new additions to the family, and certainly part of the family. We absolutely love our connection to Nedbank because they're doing some amazing things at the moment, and we get a front row seat. I think as the cost of living rises, South Africans spending less on savings, insurance and the servicing of debt, unfortunately, and instead it is estimated that up to 75% of South Africans rely on loyalty programs to help them make ends meet. That is amazing to me. So one innovative bank, and I think you know who I'm talking about, they've used these insights to create one space where their clients can be both equipped to better manage their money and earn rewards at the same time. Here to tell us a little bit more about the new and improved Greenbacks Rewards is Nedbank's Loyalty and Rewards Executive, Dharmesh Bana. Dharmesh, welcome to it.
Hi, Greg.
There was quite a story to lead us into that. Amazing to me that South Africans are that reliant and that loyalty programs are that entrenched in our financial makeup. That is crazy to me. So how are South Africans at the moment, because you obviously have a wonderful bird's eye view of the market, how are we managing our money at the moment? What's that relationship like?
Well, yeah. Graham, thank you so much for having us on board. Really happy to be here this morning.
Oh, thank you, man.
And just in terms of your question, I think, you know, South Africans, the narrative we've got, and we all know it, so we're not saving enough, we're spending too much on debt, we're not insuring enough. And unfortunately, we're almost believing in the narrative.
We're not insuring at all. And I think that seems to be the one grudge thing that most people just deny.
You know, so for me, it's about how do we change the narrative? Because we're better than this.
Yeah.
As South Africans, we're better than this. And this is where we've come in with our program. And so we're looking at how do we differentiate our rewards program to also look at loyalty and also get people better with their money, in essence.
I love that. So this all comes to bear in Greenbacks. I have to admit, because I'm a Nedbank card holder, so I've been using my Greenbacks for many, many moons. And for me, the sense of pride I get when I can pay, because I try to, in a month, make all of my cash transactions purely come out of my Greenback. Just see if I can pull it off, never actually have to. And I've been able to do that. So the system works already. How are you looking to improve that as part of this new educational tool, as you say?
Absolutely. So I think the first thing that we looked at was loyalty as a concept is not just about points.
Yeah.
You know, when we look at people, when we look at what the loyalties are towards, it's not necessarily points.
Yeah.
It's an emotional connection. And Nedbank as a brand stands for something quite strong in the South African context. We're green, and this is what our customers have said to us. What do we stand for? We're green. Okay, so we're environmentally good, and we are green, literally. The second piece is also that, you know, we're good in communities and we support small business services. Over and above that, we are money experts who do good. Okay, we have the affinities that we have as part of the Nedbank stable, the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund, the arts affinity, the sports affinity, as well as the Green Trust. Okay, and those are the good things that the bank does. We've also brought that into the program, okay? So we've taken the concept of loyalty, looked at that differently. We've said, as a brand, we stand for money experts who do good. And how do we bring that all together into the program? So first and foremost, as part of the Greenbacks program, we're looking to ensure that people get better with managing their money, okay? The key thing about that is to actually get the change in behavior. Because a lot of the time, I think South Africans know we need to save more, we need to pay off our debt.
What we should be doing, yeah.
Yes, I think we know that. Our job is to make that easy for customers. And that's what the program looks to do using what we call behavioral economics. We use experiments to understand what gets people to actually change the behavior. Some people think it's points. Some people think it's, I don't know, holiday overseas. But a lot of the time, it's just simple things like a reminder, as an example. So our program would look to do a lot more of that going forward, and the actual reward is being better with your money as the first prize. The second prize is then obviously we will give you points, because as you've mentioned, the South African consumer is used to getting points, used to getting discounts, used to getting deals with their bank. And so Nedbank's second option and part of the program is really around making you better. So we get you better with your money. We do give you deals, discounts, points. So what you're currently getting as points will remain.
You're still going to enjoy that same
You'll still have that
relationship.
And then the third piece, which is really strong for us, is as you get better, at no cost to the customer, we will make a contribution to the affinity that the customer would have chosen. So by you getting better with your money, you'll get rewarded, but society benefits as well. And I think that's a key differentiator for us in the market and something that's very key to the brand as well.
And I'm so glad that you made it part of it. I mean, that's part of what attracted me to Nedbank many, many moons ago, was being able to, because the Green Trust is where I kind of back. And I love the fact that for almost 2 decades, I've been able to be a contributor in that space. So I really do love that. How does someone join the Greenbacks Rewards program and start themselves on this educational journey?
It's very simple. All you do is you download the Nedbank Money app. You go to the
which is amazing.
You go to the Greenbacks tab, which if you just keep swiping to your right, it's the last tab in the app, and then you click on join, and you're in.
As simple as that. And I would add to that the app has a myriad. It's actually changed the way that I see and manage my money, because it is so simple, but it's also just highlighted for me ways that I can save, ways that I can invest, ways that I can protect my investment, if you will. So it really does make a big difference. And you can also then keep up to date with what's going on with your greenbacks and how many points, how much cash you might have sitting in the bank. Thank you so much. Thanks for working tirelessly towards helping empower, I think is probably the best way to describe it. It makes, I can speak with absolute final experience, having used the system, that it really does work. So thank you so much for that. And I think now it's ultimately up to us to start empowering ourselves, learn about our money, our relationship with money, and maybe take a bit of time thinking about your relationship with the money right now and how you can improve that, how you can save more, how you can service your debt if you have it, how you can protect yourself with insurance, and also the myriad of rewards that are available, and ultimately the reward of a better relationship with our money being front and foremost.
It's just after 8 o'clock, time for us to take a final look at those news headlines. South Africa's Finance Minister, Tito Mboweni, has warned that the country faces tough economic times because it's spending much more than it earns. He added that Eskom would not receive any more bailouts until it showed that its turnaround strategy was proving effective. Police arrested some 100 foreigners during an operation to evict refugees and asylum seekers from a UN building in Cape Town yesterday. They were carrying out a court order to remove some 300 people who had occupied the building for the past 3 weeks. In international headlines, the UN's migration agency says 3 of its aid workers have been killed in fighting in South Sudan near the borders with Uganda and the DRC. A female aid worker and the 4-year-old son of a woman who was fatally injured were abducted. Millions more people will be at risk of coastal flooding from climate-driven sea level rise later this century. That's the conclusion of new research conducted by Climate Central, a US-based non-profit news organization. And finally, British media is all agog about Saturday's Rugby World Cup final in Tokyo. Virtually all are of the opinion that Eddie Jones's Chargers will be victorious on the day, but they foresee a small problem. A wee lion-hearted scrum half who stands just 5 feet 7 inches tall, and he's been dubbed Mini Hercules because of his size and tenacious style of play. And they predict Faf de Klerk will dictate proceedings. Stop Faf, and the Roses have a chance, they say. One journalist described him as the heartbeat of the South African side. With his distinctive name of long blonde hair and his stocky build, de Klerk will box kick England to death, he wrote. Confident and talented, he is the key cog in coach Rassie Erasmus's outfit. And on that rugby note, it's time for us to take a look at your last report on sports. Here's Graham.
So we continue with our pint-sized threats in the Rugby World Cup setup after an incredible season with the Springboks. Scrum half Herschel Jantjies has been nominated along with 2 others for the World Rugby Breakthrough Player of the Year award. Then on to our Rugby World Cup watch. Both New Zealand and Wales, who will play in the Rugby World Cup third place playoff tomorrow, have rung in the changes to their teams. All Blacks making 7 changes. Wales made 9 changes to the team, of course, that lost to South Africa in their semi-final. The same with rugby. 3-time Super Rugby runners-up, the Lions, have now announced that Ivan van Rooyen will take over as the head coach of the franchise. This was after Swys de Bruin left the team earlier this year. And on to football, plenty of action last night. Our midweek PSL action saw Bloem Celtic and SuperSport United play out to a 1-1 draw at the Dr. Molomela Stadium last night. And a little further afield, Liverpool booked their spot in the Carabao Cup quarter-finals after playing out to an enthralling 5-5 draw against Arsenal, eventually winning 5-4 in the penalty shootout to advance. But what an incredible match. And that's where we leave our sport for this morning. Of course, tomorrow it's going to be all about the Rugby World Cup final. South Africa up against England. Cannot wait.
Thank you, Graham. Let's take a final look at your roads. We start off in Eastern Cape, Becha. There has been an accident on the R72 route before Becha. The road is closed between East London and Port Alfred Road, so please use an alternative route this morning. And of course, if you're in Gauteng, Germiston on the N3 northbound, there has been a multi-vehicle accident before Van Buren Road. It's obstructing one lane and delays can be expected, so please be patient. Take it easy this morning on the roads. And off to the trains, there are descend on tracks between Clovelly and Fishhook, impacting Southern Line train service. As for T0107 train service, it will terminate at Muizenberg. And commuters are advised to use an alternative mode of transport between Muizenberg and Fishhook and Simonstown. That's where we leave it for this morning.
Fascinating.
You know, I don't mean to brag or anything, but
Don't ruin the moment. Prevent allergies or cold and flu with fast-acting powder nasal spray from the Nexa range. Brought to you by Pharmadynamics.
And now a final look at your weather, but first a final look at your sunrise pictures that you've sent through to us this morning. Thank you very much to Quentin Frank for your beautiful sunrise from the Winelands in the Western Cape. Alan Rudnicki for your amazing sunrise picture from Bloberg in Cape Town, as well as JP Malherb for your sunrise picture from Robertson. Lastly, Haley Ann Smith, thank you very much for that beautiful picture you sent through from Port Elizabeth. Bright and early, you must wake up tomorrow and send those pictures through to us on our Facebook page. It's Expresso Morning Show, SABC 3. And now that final look at those temperatures, we start off in Polokwane, a northeasterly wind. It's traveling at 22 kilometers per hour. Your low 16, your high 26. With a couple of showers expected out in Mbombela, 15, that's your minimum. Maximum temperatures 19. With thunderstorms expected for Pretoria, 15, reaching a high of 29. A light drizzle out in Johannesburg, 14 and 27, with the highest temperatures in the country. That's for Mahikeng, 18, reaching a high of 34. Klerksdorp, 14, reaching a max of 33, with Kimberley sunny today, 10 and 30. If you're out in Bloemfontein, you'll start off at 9, peaking at 28 degrees today, with Richards Bay expecting a heavy rainfall, 17 and 19. A couple of showers are also expected out in Pietermaritzburg, 13 minimum and a maximum 16. Occasional rain for Durban, 17, peaking at 20, with a light drizzle for Mthatha, 12. That's your minimum, with your maximum temperatures 20. East London, 14 and 19. Sunny Craddock today, 6, reaching a max of 25. If you're out in Port Elizabeth, expect that occasional rain, 14, that's your low, reaching highs of 19, with George at 10, reaching a maximum of 18 degrees. Sutherland, you have the lowest temperatures in the country today, 5, that's your low, reaching a high of 22. Cape Town, Mother City, 12, reaching a high of 22. Worcester, 10 and 25. With a northwesterly wind, it's going at 13 kilometers per hour. That's for Springbok, 15, reaching a high of 31. And sunny Uppington, 16, that's your low, with a high of 33. And that's where we leave it for today, or this morning rather. No matter what the weather's looking like in your part of the country, make it a feel-good type of Thursday.
And let's give you a reason to make it a feel-good type of Thursday. Time for another beautiful, enthralling performance. We've got Renata Riedemann here joining us, electric violinist and vocalist who's flanked by guitarist and producer Sven Blumer, and they're about to perform Eva Cassidy's Songbird.
There'll be no crying.
that is objectively one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard at this time of the morning. Fantastic way to start the day. Wonderful
Not easy to
stuff.
sing in this time of the morning.
Exactly. No. Pitching those notes so beautifully. Those fingers must be freezing cold right now, Sven.
It's actually quite warm in here.
But listen, the two of you will be on stage on the 9th of November, right?
Correct.
Tell me all about it again. It's happening in Hermanus.
Close to Hermanus.
Okay. Where is it exactly?
Benguela Cove.
Yes, Benguela Cove.
Beautiful venue. Wine farm, I believe. Haven't had the pleasure.
Wine, food, beautiful views, great
rolling
music.
lawns.
Yes.
I think there's a dam or some...
A lagoon.
A lagoon, there we go.
Wow. What a way to spend the weekend. So make plans, get your tickets.
Yes,
Where are they
please do.
available, by the way?
CompuTickets, and you can also visit the gift shop at Benguela Cove if you want to visit them ahead of time.
Wonderful stuff.
And ShopRite.
Fortunately, we still have one more performance coming from the both of you, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And of course, make sure you go onto our Expresso Morning Show SABC3 Facebook page and let us know what you thought about that rendition of Songbird. There's nothing smoother than winning when you buy Tropica. To enter for Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao, buy any size and your favorite flavor of Tropica in fresh or long life. Find the unique code behind the label or the sticker. Then follow the entry details on the pack and you could win daily prizes of airtime, cash, LG Q60 smartphones, 55-inch LG UHD smart artificial intelligence digital TVs, steam dishwashers, Caribbean tan hampers, or guest watches. That's more than 100,000 prizes. Now, for your chance at competing in Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao, record a video audition of yourself describing how you would outsmooth your competition on the island. Then load that video onto Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook with hashtag TIOT9 or WhatsApp the video to 063-921-8395. And it could be you winning a share of R1 million plus smooth fame and fortune while flying with KLM to the Caribbean for this season of Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Just follow that gorgeous sound all the way to your telly. It's time for Baby Talk. And we know toddlers, yes, I can speak from experience, are notoriously picky eaters. It's easy to stress about what we would consider normal. Is there a normal when it comes to your own baby? Well, on today's Baby Talk, occupational therapist and co-author of the brilliant, it's a Bible, Weaning Sense, Meg Fora now helps us figure out the most common picky eating issues and when to actually worry. Because a lot of the time you can just chill because baby will come right. So I'm going to introduce the two of you, Jamie Lee,
Hello.
Meg. You guys are going to spend a lot of time as another resident parent, new parents on the show.
How old's your bubba?
10 months old. So I feel like I'm literally going to be like stuck on you pearls of wisdom right here.
I'll share.
It does become a very self-indulgent. We'll have a plan and then I'll have my questions that I need to ask her. We've sorted out sleeping and you really did help me sort out sleeping, so thank you so much. Now we're moving on to eating. Why are toddlers such picky eaters?
Yeah, well, the main thing is that they're going through the stage of autonomy, which is where they are asserting themselves, they're asserting their will, and they'll do it anywhere they can. So if it's on the playground, if it's what they're going to wear to school in the morning, if it's at bedtime, and definitely at the table.
If it's with broccoli.
If broccoli comes along, so that's a big reason. The other thing is that toddlers are fearful of novelty. They like things to be the status quo.
Okay.
So when something new enters the environment, like a piece of broccoli or some carrot sticks or something, they are likely to dig in their heels and say no go. And when you fight them, up comes the autonomy battle, and that's how it all starts.
Okay, so what would be considered normal? Like when you say normal eating, what would that be?
Yeah, so that's actually the problem, is that what many parents expect of a toddler is not what they should be expecting. So it's important to know that toddlers actually can exist on fresh air and love. I mean, they really can. They kind of can...
They're hardy little things,
They're hardy little things, so don't panic when they're not eating well. Okay. And generally, what is very normal is that a toddler will eat like we say they eat like a king for breakfast, a prince for lunch, and a pauper for supper. And that's what they do. They eat the most for brekkie, so they'll have this nice big bowl of, let's say, oats porridge or something, and then they go on to a medium-sized lunch, which you might not see as a parent, because your child might, for instance, be at play school. And then, so you think they've eaten nothing all day, because when dinner comes, they eat nothing at all, and that's fairly typical.
Yeah, and it's about reading that. You get to know your little one, really well, and I suppose added to that, it changes radically, and it feels like just when you get a handle on things, then it's something new, a new phase begins. What are some of the most common picky eating issues when it comes to toddlers, do you?
I would say the most common one is the whites. So toddlers get fixated on whites only, which is white bread, processed cookies, potatoes, chips, chicken nuggets, yogurt, and cereal. Those are the whites, and they get stuck on that, and anything that's full of colour, like you mentioned broccoli, they get averse to. So that's a very typical one, and parents freak out because they want the fruit and vegetables in, and what will often happen is that they'll only have the whites, but they'll have some fruit for snack, and that's okay. So if your little one goes off veggies for a little bit in the toddler years, keep offering it, but don't panic that they're not eating it. It is typical.
It's so funny you mentioned the vegetables, because I always want to sugarcoat everything on and dip it in something to make it look different. So it doesn't look like broccoli, you know. Yeah. But is there anything that we can do as parents to, prevent fussy eating?
Yeah, so there are a couple of things. One of the biggest mistakes we make as parents is we fill them up on milk at night. And what happens is you develop this little cycle. So you go, they've eaten nothing for supper. Now they wake up at 12, 1, 4 in the morning, and so you give them milk every time because you think they ate nothing at supper, so I'll feed them in the night. But what have you done? You've given them all their calories at night, and then they won't want to eat in the day.
Blood
and then you're
nice
in
and full when they wake up, and they don't need
And
it,
then you're in a
so-
cycle. So then they start to take all the calories in at night and less during the day. And that's the biggest cause of picky eating at that age.
Does the same kind of principle apply to snacking at school? Because I know we get asked to send Jack to creche with a little, and we're able to get some nice healthy snacks in there. Sometimes he touches them, sometimes not at all. Or he'll just open a lunchbox and it's filled with tomato sauce. But does the same thing apply? How do you feel about snacking during school time, during the morning?
So little ones have to snack. Even at your 10-month-old age, they have to have 3 solid meals and 2 snacks. It's not that the snacks are the problem, it's what we give them in that snack time. So if it's a highly processed carbohydrate, like a chip or a cookie, or worse than that, sweets, or even Energade, for instance, you're going to have a disaster with mealtime.
Are you crazy out
the
there?
Things are here.
Are you crazy?
The things are here. So not for toddlers. So so you do need to watch what you're giving them for snacks, but you must give them snacks.
There's some great rice cakes out there. Just saying, great rice cakes out there. Thank you so much. Already picked up a couple of gems. We're going to continue this chat with Meg in just a moment. We're talking about picky eaters and how we can maybe sneak in a few little extra greens here and there with our little ones. But don't worry, whatever is normal to you, and you are doing just fine as a parent. That is the most important thing. But we'll continue to talk baby sense in just a moment.
Well, it's that time of the year. It is Halloween time.
I nearly sang that song, yeah.
Which one?
It's the most wonderful
time.
No, that's a
another time, a different
later on
type
this
of
year.
time. Okay. Well, Halloween has been a worldwide excuse to dress up, to celebrate and enjoy copious amounts of delicious food and drink. We love it, right?
I love the word copious.
Yes, absolutely. Now, whether you enjoy dressing up or are just in it for the food, we guarantee you delicious is the dish of the day. And on Halloween, a Halloween-inspired platter that we have prepared, we're going to be preparing, we'll have Mummy's Fingers gluten-free choc nut cookies, as well as Witch's Broom crispy dipper.
Excellent. Wow.
Love it.
You've practiced your witch's love.
Oh,
It's
man.
quite good.
It's been a long time coming. Okay, so, are you ready to learn?
I am so ready. Teach me.
All right, so you got these cheese grillers over here.
Yeah.
What you want to do is you want to take your puff pastry.
Excellent.
And roll it around your cheese grillers, okay? So you...
Being very careful to allow it to dress up the entire cheese griller.
Absolutely, if you can manage to do that.
That's quite
so
nice.
what I'll do is I'll use 2 on one cheese griller.
Yeah.
Also being careful not to break your your puff pastry as well, right?
Delicate.
It is quite delicate. So you're going to do that.
Okay.
I mean, you can do it however you want. So you'll do that. Once you've done all of them, you have some olives over here, but these you'll add last. Okay. First, what you need to do is you need to put some Be Well canola and olive oil.
Excellent. That's
this is because we're going to be baking. We're going to be baking. We're going to be baking these cheese grillers. So you want to get that Be Well canola and olive oil on.
Get it on your hands as well.
I mean, you must
get your ashy hands moisturized.
If you're going to be in the kitchen, you better be ready to get your hands and your fingers dirty. How's that? So you will add your Be Well canola and olive oil, which you sort of sprinkle and brush over your goodies, and then you have these seeds, the sesame
My
seeds.
goodies.
You throw
there
them
we go.
on there.
There we go.
Nicely.
That's quite a good job.
This is a good...
Are you going all the way around?
I mean, it's up to you. You can do whatever you want.
Okay. All right. I thought you were only going to do it on the presentation side. Anyway, whilst you're still doing that, Be Well canola and olive oil is comprised of 20% olive oil for a luxurious, beautiful taste, or lathering on your fingers, as Tabiso has just encountered. Of course, Be Well canola olive oil is sealed with the Cancer Smart Seal Choice Seal, and it's also endorsed by the Heart and Stroke Foundation of South Africa for all the beautiful health properties. And then
once you're done, is you got these nice little olives that I've cut up into these little circles. You see?
Okay.
These are olives.
It's quite intricate work that you've done there.
Yeah. And then you place it on there. You'll get this into the oven, a high-heated oven, for about 10 to 15 minutes until it's got a nice golden brown texture, which you can see here.
We actually have some going right now in the oven.
Yeah, that's it. We've got those going there. Okay. But then you also want to make sure that you make a nice witch's broom. And
So
what I'm
what do we
doing
have
here is I've
here?
got phyllo pastry. So you take phyllo pastry and some pretzel sticks, roll it around like so to make a broom. You basically just do that, and then you can put that in the oven as well for a while until it comes out nice and like lightly golden.
Interesting broom that you've got in there in terms of your technique to get the...
You can really play with it. That's the fun thing about Halloween. It's just having a good time.
Don't you use these smaller parts to wrap that around so that it actually stays there?
You do.
Yeah. So maybe you wanted to try that.
Well, I was gonna do that. You rushed me, man.
I'm sorry.
You can't have two chefs in the kitchen, two cooks in the kitchen. The pot doesn't work out. Absolutely. Yeah. But the key word is
But you're not done yet. You're supposed to actually use it to like create like a knot around it so that it doesn't...
Afterwards, I'll do it just now. When we
do it now.
Oh, I mean, you really put me under pressure. You see, that's why people like you mustn't be invited to the kitchen, because you're full of non-complimentary remarks.
No, I'm very... I'm here to encourage you. Go, Tabiso, go. Wow. Go. Wow.
You can get the kids involved in doing this with you as well. That keyword, once again, is Be Well to 33728. SMS Be Well to 33728 will send you an SMS with a link to the recipe.
And then you're supposed to put oil in it so it also has that golden color.
But I know these things you're telling me.
Okay, all right.
I was gonna get there.
Can I show everyone how to make the cookies or yeah?
You can do that.
Okay, so we've also got some beautiful, you can check them out over there, beautiful chocolate cookies that we've got. So you're going to start off with some peanut butter that you're going to get into your bowl. You can rub that oil onto your hands. It really is moisturizing.
The omega 6s.
You got some brown sugar that you're going to add to the mix as well. So these are going to be lovely, nice and sweet treats. You got some cocoa over there, of course, for that chocolatey taste. Some baking powder you'll add into that. Very, very easy. 5 ingredients. And then, of course, your egg, which is going to go in there.
Where's the flour, Kat?
You don't need flour.
Oh.
Yeah, this is one of those very unique, easy recipes that you don't need flour. Because you know how people always go like, oh, I don't know if it's supposed to be self-raising flour or normal cake wheat flour.
In this instance, you don't need to worry about that at all.
So you're going to mix it up until you get a nice consistency that you can then, once it's done, roll into balls. And then once you've done that, you're going to melt some white chocolate, because obviously the chocolate or the cookies themselves are dark in color. And you're going to get some white chocolate, melt it, and then you're going to get these into your oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. They'll get there quite quickly.
And do you add the white, do you sprinkle or throw on the white chocolate before you put in the oven or after?
No, not at all. So you do it afterwards. Once they have ballooned and have cracked on top to make them look like rocks like that, you're going to then get your white chocolate that you've melted. You can either use a spoon to kind of just drizzle it on, you know, rough tang if you will, or you can even use a piping bag if you want.
You're good at this.
And that'll help.
You're so good at this.
No, not necessarily.
You impress me all the time.
I just listen when Nicole tells us how to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Well, listen, if you missed any of the steps involved in bringing this absolutely fantastic Halloween recipe that we've just prepared, my cheese grillers over there, what are we calling them? We're calling them
Halloween
zombies. They're called
Halloween, yes.
cheese griller zombies.
Yeah.
You must SMS be well to 33728. If you missed any of the steps, check this
Make
out.
us another broom there with the... Wow.
Easy.
Did you see that, Tubbs?
Easy.
So when the broom is done nicely, then you can actually use it to dip into that tartar sauce like that, and you can pick it up. Because more,
look,
it's
I mean,
just...
once you put it in the oven, obviously it's going to come out different. You can't judge any
you know
of
when
these
it comes
things
to like the
before they're
manufacturing
done.
process, right?
Yeah.
So when you make the broom at the factory, you can't wait for it to be like in the box to be sent to the customer first, and then it doesn't sweep. You know what I mean? That's just that analogy.
Please get out of here.
Okay.
That's be well to 33728. Make sure when you make this recipe after we've sent it to your phone to
Even
never have someone
agrees.
like...
Kutle agrees with... What do you think of Tubbsy's broom? So that's what it's supposed to like. So
you have to be
expectations
nice,
versus reality. That's what it's supposed to look like versus...
Is this not the same thing?
What you bought versus what you get.
Isn't this the same thing to you? This is just thinner.
Hey, Tubbsy, I don't know how to
Tubbsy.
tell you this. It's just not the same.
Okay.
But we still love you, though.
Have this one. Have a bite. I'll even do this for you. There we go. Just hold on to this one. Look at it from all angles.
Thanks,
and just
Thank you,
enjoy.
Kat. Thank you, Kat.
Thanks, Tubbsy. Thank you, Tubbsy.
Join former Miss World Dr. Relene Strauss and the ever so suave Nico Panaggio as they host this year's Pink Polo presented by Biomedical Emporium on the 9th of November at Valdevie Estate. With proceeds going to breast cancer awareness, be part of SA's Who's Who saying hello to summer with a day of polo, fashion, sunshine and celebrity in the Winelands at the Pink Polo presented by Biomedical Emporium.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I love it. It is, of course, a Thursday morning and it's Baby Talk Part 2 with Meg. And we're talking picky eating and fussy eating. I mean, pearls of wisdom with Meg. I love her. Thank you for introducing me to her.
Yeah, no, you're going to love this segment. As I said earlier, it does become very self-indulgent, but we've all got very similar questions as new parents or parents going through these kind of phases. In particular, we are talking about picky eating, moving into that toddler phase, weaning your child into the next phase of their eating. When should we become worried? You've kind of said that that often there isn't the need to worry, especially if they're going through that phase where they're sticking to the whites, maybe not taking in as many greens as we'd like, but you can get a little bit of fruit there. But when does it become a worry? When can it affect their weight? Maybe that's one of the indications. When should we start thinking, okay, we need to do something?
Yeah, so first of all, if your toddler is full of energy, running around, sleeping well, and generally healthy, I mean, they will pick up germs, but generally healthy, I wouldn't worry too much. You know, then I would say they're probably absolutely fine. But if they're getting sick very regularly, then you could be concerned, and that would be time to have a look at a supplement, which your GP or PED could help you with. And there are also some fabulous toddler shakes that are out there that are actually nutritional supplements that you can give your little one at the end of the day, so that's a possibility. Also, if your toddler gets very constipated, so as I said, they get very stuck on the whites, and those can be very constipating.
Doesn't have great
yeah,
fiber,
not great fiber, and maybe not enough water in their diet. So then I would say that would be another time to chat to your doctor as well. One of the tips you can use, though, is that if your little one has eaten fine for breakfast, average for lunch, and wants to eat nothing for supper, and you're worried, then go for a smoothie. And we actually, in Weaning Sense, in my book, we've got fabulous smoothies. One has got kale, quinoa, and berries in it. It tastes like a milkshake, but it's got that wonderful grain, quinoa, and then amazing kale or spinach, and that is a meal in itself. So don't try and sweat giving them a whole, like, roast dinner. Just give them a smoothie. It'll be fine.
Get the vitamin content in there and the fiber content in there.
Something you mentioned now was weaning. Now, does weaning have an effect whether the child will be a picky eater at a later stage?
Oh, your technique,
Yes, no, it certainly does. And you know, we actually set our toddlers up in years gone by. We set them up to be disastrous toddler eaters because what we did was we weaned them onto white processed cereals early on. We didn't give them a lot of variety, and we often delayed the introduction of solids until the second 6 months of life. And what happens when you do that is you're entering a window period where they don't like novelty. So the best way to introduce solids is to do it a little bit earlier than 6 months, around 6 months or a little bit earlier, because what you do then is they're in that window of opportunity where they're engaging with the world, they're interested in what's happening, and so they're prepared to take the risk and try something new.
To experiment.
Absolutely. And the second thing you can do is add a huge amount of variety very early on. So don't go with processed rice cereal for a long period of time. Rather go with butternut, sweet potato, berries, and go in with lots of flavor. And even if your household eats curry, for instance, bring that in right from the get-go, you know, like from within a month after the little one's weaning, because those high flavors early on means that they're going to take more flavor later on as well.
And there's this kind of inclusive vibe. I remember one of the tips you gave me with weanings when you notice that your child is watching you eat.
Yeah.
And that can become wonderful, especially with Jack. He's loved kind of being a part of what I'm doing. So when he sees you eating something, he wants to be a part. So maybe some tips on introducing. How do we go about, we've been talking about, you know, you cover it in gravy, or you cover it in tomato sauce, you cover it in sugar. You want to kind of discuss what tips do you have for introducing those foods?
Yeah, well, I mean, I loved what you said about sugar coating it, so-called. Now, take the sugar part out, but actually making it taste good is very important. And you know that if you boil a broccoli till it's mush, it's going to be disgusting.
You don't like it. Chances are they won't like it.
Yeah. So lightly boil or lightly steam your veggies, and then actually flash fry them in coconut oil with some lovely healthy salts, low sodium salts. Tastes good, you like it, they like it, and that's a good way to introduce solids. Also, don't worry about adding fruit in. So if you're having a chicken casserole, put some apricots in it, because those flavors work well, and the sweetness of the apricots and the difference of flavor, they might be more likely to engage with the food. So sugar coating it or making it taste better, there's nothing wrong with that.
Love it. Thank you so much. I'm quite hungry now, actually, but hopefully that's given you some tips on how you can broach this. Can be quite a tricky phase of your toddler's development, but it also can be a lot of fun. Just think of all those neural pathways you're opening up, you're waking up, introducing new things to them, but just go about it. Stick to it with a bit of commitment. If you're failing today, don't worry, tomorrow might be a completely different day. And enjoy the process. No baby is going to be the same. No process is going to be the same. So you got this. Don't worry too much. Your little baby will get there.
Well, our proudly South African summers are nothing without sunshine and seaside holidays. We love them. And our kids love to swim, they love to enjoy our beautiful coastlines, and they need swimwear that not only looks and feels good, but also protects them from the sun. Now, Bronwyn Day has your kiddies covered for summer with Woolworths and is here to share more about kids' swimwear for this season. Bronwyn,
hey, Ted.
The lady with the style guide. Okay, so what are the top hot trends for kids' swimwear this season?
So it's really all about bright colors and sorbet shades. As you can see here on the grid, I've got a few pieces that I just loved.
Yeah, they're so cute.
They're
all so cute.
The unicorn is a big one for little girls.
Yeah.
The frilly bikini. I love the little metallic hearts and the glitter details. And for the little lads, we've got rash vests with cute vintage sort of surfer dude looks and underwater themes and sharks.
Nautical.
We love nauticals. Lots of things for the boys
okay.
too.
So for today, you obviously have some examples of the key swimwear items which you've just taken us through.
Yes.
When it comes to prepping these kind of things for kids, how much of their personality do you consider as far as styling it? I mean,
yes. So what you have to do is look at, obviously, it's also about protecting their skin.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. And obviously, like some like more color. I love these sort of hooded towels that you can pop over cozies. They've also got lots of beachwear at Woolies.
Yeah.
And I really love the fact that there's a UV built in to a lot of the swimwear this season.
What do you mean
so
by that?
It's quite amazing. Like
Yeah.
these have a 30 factor in the fabric. So it actually naturally protects your child 30 times more from the sun than it would without this rash vest or this onesie on.
This is
which
fantastic.
Which is pretty amazing.
I mean, our sun here can get quite rough.
Really, really harsh. And
So for the boys, what would you say are absolute staples that every boy child has absolutely got to have?
So the little boys, I love the boardies. I think it's really cute to put something like the board shorts with a little rash vest. You know, build sand castles. You don't want your back to get burnt while you know the next thing an hour passes and your back's burnt. So these are really great. You can jump in and out the pool in them as well. And the same for the little girls. I really love the way they've got these little sets, which is a two set, which comes with the little polka dot shorts
so cute.
and the little rash vest as well. So
That's so
really
cute.
nice protection. Otherwise, if you're just having a quick swim and you want to get your glam on, you can wear the little frilly bikini.
I love what I'm seeing here, especially when it comes to the little girls' swimwears, that you can actually also mix it and match it, because I imagine that you could literally have this and throw
your
on
little
that
towel,
poncho situation.
or the bikini with your matching towel.
And so you can play with it.
Exactly. Add accessories, so there's a lot to be done. But the most important is obviously the sun protection factor, which is really awesome, and I love that.
UV protection in swimwear. I mean, times are absolutely changing. This is so clever. This is groundbreaking. I love it. Woolworths have clearly absolutely just like come out blazing once again. Thank you so much, Bronwyn. Well, these are super cute. They're cool kiddie swimwear and holiday wardrobe must-have. Your children has to have it. Be sure to shop yours in-store, online, or on the Woolies app.
All right, so you might notice a new face here. Good news, our new president! Yay! It's going to take weeks for the novelty to wear off for me, okay? Because we've been watching you go on this journey for a long time now, okay? So I know it feels real for you. It's been very real for us, okay, watching from the sidelines. So it's so good to have you actually here. So Kutle, this is Teresa. I don't know if you guys have met before.
No, we haven't.
Teresa Kutle. You're going to...
Lovely to meet you too.
You're going to learn to love Teresa. Why? Because she brings sweet deliciousness into our studio. I tease her all the time because she always adds literally the cherry on the top at the end of our days. What are we making today, Teresa?
We are making a pumpkin spice cappuccino with pumpkin spice crumble on top.
Get out.
It's going to be amazing.
Because it is Halloween, guys.
Totally,
We've made some amazing Halloween treats. We're going to continue. Are you up for it? Because you're going to have to make it. Eh? I'm going to just sit back and watch you.
Watch me.
I am. I'm going to watch it. I'll do the tasting at the end of it, but we're going to be making our pumpkin spiced chai cappuccino after this. We'll see you now. Is this?
Save big this week with Dion Wired. Live your best life with the Fitbit Versa 2 for $3,999. Work it up with a Dell Inspiron 2-in-1 laptop for $11,999. Get a Samsung 12-kilogram Eco-Bubble washing machine for a squeaky clean $14,999. Impress with a PlayStation 4 and FIFA 20 for only $8,499. And feel the power with a Samsung Note 10 for $18,999.
It's your feel-great coffee. Treat yourself to Hug in a Mug Creamy Cappuccino.
It is your feel-good coffee. I absolutely love it. Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Kutle, our new member of the team is here. I just want to let you guys go. It's so awesome to have you here. Welcome once again. I don't know, you haven't officially started, but you kind of. So part of your introduction into the family is through Teresa, who makes the most delicious sweet treats. That is her real house. And right now we are making something Halloween-inspired. What are you making this
we are. So it's a pumpkin spice Hug in a Mug cappuccino, which we're topping with orange Halloween cream, crumble, and chocolate.
And that is some bright orange. So, Kutli, are you up for it? I'm going to put you to work, okay?
Colour.
Wow.
We need that bright orange for that's
sneeze.
just colouring.
Just please don't sneeze.
We're not going to do that on the first day of work.
Yeah, no, it might happen. Anything can happen on the show. Okay, you're going to put Kutli to work. She's got some I think, very able hands.
Okay, right.
We'll
Are you good in the kitchen?
Not necessarily, but I'm always willing to learn.
I know. You've proven that. Okay, so
well,
let's
I won't throw
get
you in
to
the deep end today. I'll be kind.
Okay.
So I'm going to start by making the crumble. We've got some flour here. I'm going to add some sugar. And our spices, our cinnamon and nutmeg.
Okay.
So it's sort of the pumpkin spice kind of vibe. So give that a good mix. And then we're going to rub in some butter.
How much butter is that?
So it's about a quarter cup. That's been softened. So shall I rub, or are you brave enough to do it?
I am brave enough to do
You're
it.
You're going to go
She's
for it.
going to do it.
Oh, with my hands?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to wash my hands first.
Well, I can do this part.
Okay, so Teresa's going to take
You
one
can do
for
the
the team.
cream.
Yeah,
Okay.
So you want to use your
create our
fingertips and just rub the batter into the flour mixture until it resembles crumbs.
Okay, and it's not that wet, so we're creating that kind of drier crumb here.
Yes, exactly. And then once you've got that breadcrumb look, I can smell the spices. It smells amazing. You're going to pop it onto a tray and you're going to put it in the oven, 180 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. And it's going to go golden.
And you really want that toastiness, that kind of
the
nuttiness
spices
to
are
come
going
out.
to toast. It's going to be amazing.
I'm thinking it's going to be the perfect kind of combination, the balance between having this nice, rich, beautiful hug in a mug and having that, the flavor profile of the pumpkin.
Yeah. It's such a
with
warming...
a nice crunchy crumble. It's going to be delicious.
And
like
the
dessert
cinnamon.
in a mug. Yeah.
That's it. There we go. So it's easy as that. Pop that in the oven. Once it's toasted, let it cool.
Okay.
And then I'm going to ask you to do the cream for me.
No problem.
This is quite exciting, guys. This orange is actually really exciting.
Very vibrant. Go big. Right, so what you can do is pop a little bit of the food colouring into the cream.
Okay.
When you say a little bit, like a pinch?
Like a pinch.
Oh, not the whole thing?
No, well, you could, but what I would do is a little at a time. And you can always boost it as you go.
You can work up the hue.
So this is cream that we've whisked to stiff peak stage.
Okay.
We're going to add the colouring.
Is this enough?
So you can probably do a little bit more, I think.
Okay. I'm a little bit scared.
Yeah, that's good. You're learning.
We can always add more.
No, honestly, quickly, this show has turned me into an okay chef, being able to
no, you're pretty good.
I think just by osmosis, spending time with our amazing foodies, you just can't help but absorb. Yeah, it's there. But I really embrace doing the cooking at home now.
There we go. You know what? I'm sure we can add a pinch more.
Yeah, man. Let's make it pop.
Why not?
Yeah, while we're at it, it's obviously creating our pumpkin huya, pumpkin spice, a well-known, loved American tradition, but South Africa seems to be embracing Halloween. New flavour to the Hug in a Mug range. I haven't seen it on the shelves yet. It is beautiful and perfectly timed around this Halloween fever. And you can think of that flavour profile between the coffee and the pumpkin spice. Beautiful, beautiful balance. But there are also some pretty cool other flavours out there. Vanilla, hot chocolate, one of my favourites. Cinnamon bun, toasted marshmallow, get out of here. Hazelnut and creamy cappuccino. All in these convenience sachets as well. You just rip it, pour it, and enjoy. That looks amazing.
It does.
And your orange fingers
Very orange.
to boot.
We're going to be orange all day.
Anything for Halloween. I know you're such a Halloween person.
I am actually. You must see me cut a pumpkin. I love it. No, it's cool to get excited. When you've got a little one, you can get excited about it. So the keyword here, if you'd like to create this beautiful Hug in a Mug yourself, with all of our beautiful pumpkin additions, is hug to 33728. Okay, so what's the next phase?
So if you can grab 2 sachets for me, there's 2 open ones at the back.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry, I've got crumble fingers.
There we go. And you can
so we can pour them into the glass.
Okay.
And then do you want to add some hot water? I think if we go up to about there. Pour the water in. So it's really easy as well. It's just add water.
Oh, it smells divine.
Hey,
there we go.
Spice.
Oh, and this one as well.
There we go.
How can
the colour is beautiful as well.
It's really, really
There we
is.
go. Right, so then you're going to give it a good mix.
With my orange
That
fingers.
all in. Well, mine are worse. It's just...
And what I love about the Hug in a Mug, you stir it and you just let it do its thing. And then the froth comes up. It's beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah. Right, so next up we're going to put some of our orange cream on top.
How funky does
And
that
be
look?
generous. Just put a whole lot on there.
This is really clever.
Looks cool, hey?
Really creative, yeah. Oh man, we love the fact that Halloween gives us an opportunity to have a little bit of fun.
That's it.
Especially with the little ones.
it? So we pop some more, yeah.
Hoi, hoi, hoi.
There we go.
Give you a little bit of...
And then
So
finish
there
it
we
off
go.
with some of your crumbles. So this is some that we toasted earlier. You
Yeah.
can see it's golden, it's crunchy.
Oh, so this is what it looks like after you put this in the oven.
Exactly, yeah. So pop that on top. And
Give yourself a
then
little
gotta have
sprinkle.
the chocolate flake.
Oh,
Pop that in there.
This is indulgent. This is comfort.
Ooh.
This is pure comfort in
Oh,
a
that's the
mug.
flake.
It's
It's in there.
It's going to melt, and then you're going to be able
It's gonna
to...
be chocolatey.
There we
you
go.
That was the most dramatic flake
Wow,
throw.
that was
flake
amazing.
toss, but you did that beautifully.
Did you
Quickly.
see it?
You passed with flying colours, Teresa. You are a genius in the kitchen. Whether you're going to use Kutle's creative flair to get your flake in there or not, let's take you through a play-by-play of how we arrive at these beautiful, beautiful spiced pumpkin cappuccinos.
Yum.
Well, there we go. You can spice things up this Halloween. In fact, any day, don't make it just to Halloween with our beautiful pumpkin spiced cappuccino. It couldn't be easier. I love the fact that we've added a textural element there as well.
And look at the colours as well.
I know, the
They
beautiful ombre
complement each
effect.
other.
Guys,
Beautiful.
can I have a little taste? Do you want?
I think you have to,
I'll maybe
yes,
which
yes.
one this is. See, both of our flakes have now descended into gooiness. Oh, guys, that's amazing. You've got the coffee, but you've got the spice and you've got the sweetness.
Chocolate.
And it's not overpowering as well, so it's not.
Yeah.
You could have more than one of these, undoubtedly. So you could also stand a chance of winning your very own Hug in a Mug hamper with 500 Rand. That's a lot of love, a lot of comfort. Simply visit Expresso's Facebook page right now. Tell us how you would spice up your pumpkin spice flavoured Hug in a Mug. Competition ends 14th of November, 10 a.m. Terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. So go and check it out. Okay, you've earned a taste of your labours here. Are you ready? Okay.
I am.
Go for it. Grab and taste.
Cheers.
Cheers. And this is the great joy of our show, is the interesting breakfasts you get to have every day. Hey, see what I mean?
It's very different. It's very different to anything that I know, but it tastes amazing.
Good.
The spices complement each other.
Yeah, and it's not like overpowering, but when that pumpkin comes through, it's like a little hit at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, man, absolutely
Happy Halloween,
beautiful.
guys.
Happy Halloween! Oh, man, I'm going to make one of these at home. This is mine. I'm going to take it home with me. Kutle, welcome to the
sharing it.
kitchen. I'm so glad you guys could connect over something as delicious as this.
Creamy and frothy, it's your feel-great coffee. Treat yourself to Hug in a Mug Creamy Cappuccino.
Now, the last few months, we've been receiving tons of entries from across South Africa for Tropica Island of Treasure, and you guys have really outdone yourselves. And I cannot wait to see who the chosen 6 consumer contestants will be for this season of Tropica Island of Treasure, all the way in Curacao. Now, as revealed earlier, today is the last day that you can enter for this season of Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao. So get your phones out and WhatsApp the keyword TIOT9 to the number 063-921-8395 for all the entry details. And not only will you be be joining celebs such as Boer, Simpiwe, Kay, Nadia, Vasi, and Ntando on the island. But you also then stand a chance of winning a shared R1 million grand prize with one of those celebrities. Plus, you'll be visiting one of the top 20 islands in the world, Curacao. It's a beautiful place, a Dutch Caribbean island known for its amazing beaches and rich marine life. Curacao might not be the typical Caribbean island, but they've got a rich cultural history and a lot of European influences showcasing the historical Dutch architecture of gambrel roofs and curved eaves as well. The island is also known for its vibrant nightlife. Some might actually refer to it as one big party, which it was the last time when I was there. So when visiting Curacao, you can be prepared to party all night long and keep an eye out for the annual festivals and carnivals. And I mean, that sounds like the perfect holiday destination. So, of course, throw a little smooth R1 million into the mix there, and you've got yourself smooth island life as you like it. So make sure that you get your chance at experiencing all of this on Tropica Island of Treasure by SMSing or WhatsApping that keyword, which is TIOT9 to 063928395 for all of the entry details. And remember, today is your last day to enter this exotic experience. T's and C's that apply, and more information can be found on tropica.co.za. There's nothing smoother than winning when you buy Tropica. To enter for Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao, buy any size and your favorite flavor of Tropica in fresh or long life. Find the unique code behind the label or the sticker. Then follow the entry details on the pack and you could win daily prizes of airtime, cash, LG Q60 smartphones, 55-inch LG UHD smart artificial intelligence digital TVs, steam dishwashers, Caribbean tan hampers, or guest watches. That's more than 100,000 prizes. Now, for your chance at competing in Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao, record a video audition of yourself describing how you would outsmooth your competition on the island. Then load that video onto Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook with hashtag TIOT9 or WhatsApp the video to 063-921-8395. And it could be you winning a share of R1 million plus smooth fame and fortune while flying with KLM to the Caribbean for this season of Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It indeed is still your feel-good breakfast show. It is a Thursday morning. I can't even believe it because it has been a feel-good day. I mean, everything that has been happening in the studio. 2 new presenters, myself and Kutla Adams, is going to be joining you tomorrow. But of course, we need to end the show. I don't want it to end.
But of course, we're not leaving without any sort of, parting music from Renate and Sven. You rock the violin like I don't know what, and your vocals are just so magical. Sven, that guitar, when you play it, it's a chara. But of course, that one final performance is called Something Just Like This.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.